Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if young Naruto learned how to read and write from Hokage, and learn a lot of techniques. Harem movie. So before we start, go check out the author of this fanfic, Burning Blood, link is in the description. Also subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's begin the video. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Sandaime Hokage of Konohagakure. This man was known for his knowledge of jutsu, seals, politics, and his ability to keep an innocent front when lying. This man was known to never falter, to never stutter. He was prepared for any situation at any time except this one. The Sandaime just walked into his office located in the Hokage's tower only to see a young 8-year-old boy with wild blonde hair and emotional blue eyes sitting in his chair. How did Naruto-kun get in here? Sarutobi thought only for his eyes to widen when he saw what the boy held in his hands. There in the boy's hands was one little orange book. On the front of said book were printed 3 words that were held sacred amongst the males in Konohagakure: Aika Aika Paradise. The little blonde boy turned the book this way, and stared at it in confusion. Looking up at the Sandaime, Naruto turned the book towards the older man, and pointed towards a kanji on the page. Gigi, what's this? Naruto asked with curiosity showing in his voice. Sarutobi looked at the kanji the little boy was pointing to, and blushed. You have no idea how much I wish that were true, Sarutobi thought. Quickly picking himself up, Sarutobi raised an eyebrow at the younger boy. What do you mean by that, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, making the boy smile, and pointing to another kanji that was on a mission request that happened to be lying on his desk. Looking at where the young boy was pointing, Sarutobi's eyes widened. Quickly grabbing a piece of paper, Sarutobi quickly wrote something on it. After finishing what he was writing, Sarutobi handed the piece of paper to Naruto. Naruto-kun, tell me, what does that paper say? Sarutobi said, making Naruto look at the paper. Confusion flashed through the boy's eyes only for a minute before it was hidden. The blonde threw the paper on the desk, and smiled at the old Hokage. Who cares, Gigi, let's go get some ramen. Naruto yelled excitedly, and dashed towards the door. Sarutobi glared his eyes lightly, and picked up the paper again. Grabbing the blonde boy by the back of the shirt, Sarutobi placed the paper into his hands again. Not until you tell me what I just wrote on that paper, Sarutobi said with assertiveness. Naruto looked back at the paper, and then lowered his head, and mumbled something. Sarutobi raised an eyebrow at that. What was that, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked Naruto to whip his head up, tears showing clearly in his eyes. I don't know what it says. I can't read. The lady who said she wouldn't teach demons, Naruto said again, making Sarutobi's eyes widen in surprise and anger. 8 years old, and can't even recognize his own name. Someone's about to get a major ass kicking. Sarutobi thought of killing intent rolling off of him in waves. Quickly controlling his anger, Sarutobi knelt down, and pulled the blonde boy into a tight hug. It's okay, Naruto-kun. How about this, tomorrow you come by here, and I'll have a brand new calligraphy set, and I'll start teaching you to write. For now, however, how would you like to learn how to read? Sarutobi asked, making the blonde go wide-eyed, and nod. Sarutobi smiled, and picked up the paper that the boy held. This here, Naruto-kun, is your name. It is made of 3 symbols that are called kanji. The 3 kanji for your name each make a different sound. The first makes the na part of your name, the second makes the ru dash, and the last makes the to sound. Do you get me so far? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto smile and nod. After his nod, Naruto quickly gained a confused look. Gigi? Naruto asked, making Sarutobi smile. Yes, Naruto-kun, do you have a question? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto nod. If those are called kanji, what does WhatsApp look like? Naruto asked to make a Sarutobi face plant. Quickly picking himself up, Sarutobi gave Naruto a nervous look. Maybe that's a question better left for another time, like when you're 20, huh, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto shrug his shoulders and smile. Okay, Gigi, if you say so, Naruto said, making Sarutobi chuckle and continue his lesson. The following day, Sarutobi stared down at the blonde-haired boy that sat on the floor of his office with a critical eye. How do you put up with Naruto-kun? How do you not snap under the strain? Sarutobi thought while watching the 8-year-old write sloppily with his calligraphy set. Sarutobi watched as the little boy jumped up from his spot and ran over towards him. Gigi, I did it, see? I did it! Naruto yelled, shoving the paper up for Sarutobi to read. Sarutobi smiled as he saw, in the sloppy handwriting of a child, Naruto's name inscribed in kanji. Lightly laying his hand on Naruto's head, the old man chuckled. You sure did a good job with Naruto-kun, Sarutobi said, making Naruto smile with happiness. Sarutobi turned back to his work, as he saw the blonde boy run back to his calligraphy set, and start writing again. The two sat in a comfortable silence, both working on their respective pieces of paper. Gigi, is there any reading and writing while being a shinobi? Naruto asked Sarutobi to look at the blonde-haired boy in confusion. Well, Naruto-kun, you have to read your mission scroll, and all the guidelines that go with the mission, and you have to write up a mission report if that's what you mean. Sarutobi responded by making Naruto look at him, and shake his head. No, I mean, is there any way to attack by writing? Like those runes I hear other kids talking about on TV? Naruto asked Sarutobi to raise an eyebrow. Why so curious about this all of a sudden, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, making the blonde boy look down and blush. Well, it's just that this is the first time anybody's taught me something, and I really like learning it from you, and I don't want to just forget that when I become a shinobi, Naruto said, not once raising his head to look at the old man behind the desk. Sarutobi pushed himself up from his chair and walked towards the blonde-haired boy. Pulling the blonde into a hug, Sarutobi smiled. Naruto-kun, just because you learn new things doesn't mean you have to forget what you learn, and who has taught you? Sarutobi said, making Naruto bury his head into his chest. I know, Gigi. But still, Naruto said, making Sarutobi chuckle. Pulling the boy from his chest, the old man smiled. Okay, Naruto-kun, then how about this? After you get your calligraphy up, I teach you a little about seals, Sarutobi said, making the blue-eyed boy give him a confused look. Seals? Like those creepy water sheep up north? Naruto asked, making Sarutobi laugh. When they see cows, and no, not like them, you see, Naruto-kun, seals are used to fight using a written symbol to seal and control something, Sarutobi explained, making Naruto go wide-eyed. You mean I can be a shinobi who fights by writing? Naruto asked, making the old man smile and nod. That's right, Naruto-kun, but to do that you'll need to read and practice a lot. Are you okay with that? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto nod his head rapidly, and then rush back to his calligraphy. Sarutobi chuckled, stood up, and went back to his work. Years have passed by since that conversation, and Naruto has kept good on his promise. Each day after the academy, Naruto would come to the Hokage's office and work on his calligraphy. It only took a year until Naruto started making his first seal. It was also around this time that Naruto finally got the question he asked on that fateful answer. _flashback_. Naruto stalked quietly through the woods towards the Hokage Tower. Today was October 9th, and everyone was getting ready for the Kyuubi festival the following day. This being said, Naruto decided to take a more indirect route to his destination. As Naruto was running through the woods, a sound quickly caught his ears. Turning towards the sound, Naruto was confused to see a blue-clad man with 2 red swirls on his shoulders, and a bandana wrapped around his head. The man had a small spyglass held up to one sunglass-covered eye, and spied over a bamboo wall that had steam rising over the top of it. At the man's next giggle, Naruto grew curious. Quietly climbing the tree next to the man, Naruto peered through the steam only to go wide-eyed. There, sitting in a pool of warm water, were 3 naked women. Naruto glared at the glasses wearing Nin. How dare this bastard peek in on women, as they try and relax. Now, Naruto may have been outspoken and perceived as a brat, but if there was one thing he hated was someone who disrespected women. Perverts were one thing, as everyone had some perversion in them sometime. However, to speak on a woman, as she feels safe with her friends, is just unforgivable to the young blonde. Naruto quietly climbed over to the tree the blue-clad ninja was crouching in. Quietly sneaking up behind the man, Naruto smiled evilly. Banzai! Naruto yelled, and kicked the man into the bamboo wall, knocking a hole into it, and knocking the man into the pool with the 3 women. Naruto chuckled, as he saw the man resurface to 3 very pissed-off women. Naruto shivered, however, when he felt as if someone had just walked over his grave. Turning towards the source, Naruto shivered. Standing there in front of him was one of the women. She had wild brown hair and golden eyes. Her hair hung a little above her considerable bust, and her hands were on her wide hips. Naruto gave a gulp, and rubbed his head nervously. Hello, ma'am. Naruto nervously, fears slowly making its way through his system. Shit, people hate me enough, as it is. If she spreads around that I'm a pervert, or something, I'm going to be at the top of everyone's shit list. Naruto thought, causing his normally spiky hair to droop, making him look like a wounded fox kittling. The woman saw this, and couldn't help herself. Kawaii! The woman yelled, and grabbed the poor boy, and pulled him to her naked bust. Naruto blushed lightly at being hugged by the woman. After 5 minutes of holding on to the blonde, and petting the boy's hair, the woman was finally calm enough to let the poor boy down. The woman set the blonde down, and chuckled. Sorry about that, it's just that you look so cute when your hair drooped like that, the woman said, making Naruto rub the back of his head, and chuckle. No, that's fine, I'm just glad you're not mad at my being around here, Naruto explained, making the woman chuckle. Don't worry about that, kid. I know you were the one who kicked that perverted bastard into us, letting us deliver his punishment. I'm Inuzuka-san, by the way, Sam said, making Naruto smile. It's nice to meet you, Inuzuka-san. My name's Uzumaki Naruto. But I have a question, Naruto said, making the brunette raise an eyebrow. Okay, shoot, kid. Some said, making Naruto chuckle nervously. Slowly raising his hand, Naruto pointed. Not to be rude, but what is that? Naruto asked Some to look at where he's pointing. Seeing what he was pointing to, Some gave a feral smile. That Naruto-kun has many names. A muff, a carpet, the list goes on and on. Some explained, making Naruto tap his forefinger to his chin, thinking. Well, yes he is, but I've never known Gigi to be wrong. Naruto said, making Some shake her head. Naruto-kun, you're 2 hours late. What kept you? Sarutobi asked, making the little blonde that just walked through his door turn into a neon sign. I was at school. Naruto responded, making Sarutobi confused. No, school is open right now, Naruto-kun, you know you shouldn't lie. Sarutobi said, making Naruto blush again. Yes, there is Gigi Inuzuka, some school of sex. At those words, only 2 words were able to form in Sarutobi's head. Oh shit. Flashback and . Since then you could always find Naruto in the Hokage's office, as far away from the Inuzuka compound as possible, either relaxing on the couch reading a book or writing on a scroll. However, in those years Sarutobi has found Naruto to have 2 major vices. The first was something he developed because of all the studying required for sealing. Naruto loved reading. It was almost unheard of for Naruto not to have a book in his hand anymore. The second vice, however, had Sarutobi worried in the beginning. Naruto loved complex seals. He loved taking a seal and reworking it until he could find out how it ticks. This especially worried Sarutobi when he came in 2 weeks after Naruto found out about the seal on his stomach. Flashback. Sarutobi sat in his office working on the seemingly endless amount of paperwork when a kick sent a door flying at him. Quickly ducking the door, Sarutobi raised an eyebrow at the culprit. Now what did the poor door ever do to you, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, only to have 2 glacier-like eyes glare at him. No, old man, the real question is what the fuck is this about? Naruto said, throwing the scroll he had in his hand onto the Hokage's desk. Unrolling the scroll, it took all Sarutobi had not to gasp. On the paper was Shikifuin. Looking up at the boy, Sarutobi raised an eyebrow. This is a very complex seal called Naruto-kun. Where did you find it? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto growl. Don't play coy with me, old man. I found that seal on my gut 2 weeks ago. It took almost all of my free time, but I finally found out what it does. Now tell me, who do I have sealed in my gut? Naruto growled out in anger at the man. Sarutobi sighed at that. Naruto-kun, takes a seat. I have a story to tell you, Sarutobi said, making Naruto's eyebrow raise. Naruto walked over and took a seat in one of the chairs that sat in front of the Hokage's desk. Naruto-kun, you know, when you were younger, and you asked me about the story about the yondaime and the kyubi? Sarutobi asked the blonde-haired boy, making his eyes widen. You mean Naruto was not even able to finish his question? Sarutobi nodded despondently. Yahoo! Naruto yelled, jumping from his chair and dancing happily around the old man's office. Sarutobi stared in confusion as the boy danced merrily around his office. Naruto-kun, why are you happy? Sarutobi asked the blonde boy to turn towards the older man in confusion. Why shouldn't I be a happy old man? Naruto asked, making Sarutobi's jaw drop to the floor. You've just found out that there is a demon sealed into your chakra coils, and you're happy? Sarutobi asked, drawing a large smile and a nod from the small boy. Hell yeah, I'm happy. I just found out that I have one of, if not the most complicated seals ever made placed on me. Do you have any idea how cool that is? Naruto responded excitedly. Sarutobi looked at the boy and raised an eyebrow. So you're not mad that the yondaime sealed a massive ball of demonic chakra into your stomach? Sarutobi questioned, making Naruto shake his head. Nope. I know, he was just doing what he thought was right. Besides, who wouldn't want a seal this cool on them? Naruto said with a giant smile. Sarutobi shook his head at the boy and smiled. Flashback and . And now it has been 3 years since that fateful day in his office, making the blonde-haired boy a young 13-year young man. Now we find our young hero lying on the couch in the Hokage's office. One foot kicked up on the couch, the other dangling off the edge. The young man wore a white muscle shirt and white denim pants tucked into black combat boots. Around his waist was a black leather belt with what appeared to be 5 white cases, and 1 black case, all containing pieces of paper. Around his right leg was a white kunai pouch that seemed sewn into his pants. He wore 2 black armbands around his wrist with his forehead protector wrapped around his neck. Currently the boy's nose was in a little black book. The white-clad boy looked up when he heard the door to the office open. Sarutobi walked into the office along with 12 jounin. Looking at the boy, Sarutobi raised an eyebrow. Naruto-kun, do I even want to know why you are in my office right now? Sarutobi asked Naruto to return to his book. I do believe that my presence was requested in the construction of a seal to use as a synthetic chakra system, old man. Naruto responded by making Sarutobi raise an eyebrow. Oh, and how far have you come? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto sigh. I have the structural details completed, however without the assistance of my research it is impeded, I'm afraid, Naruto said in a broad tone, making some of the jounin give him a funny look. Stop kidding around, kids, a masked silver-haired jounin said with his nose buried in a little orange book. Naruto raised his eyebrow at the man. I'm afraid I wasn't trying to be humorous about Sharingan no Kakashi. Naruto responded by making several in the room, the silver-haired man included, eyes widened. Kakashi looked up from his book and raised his one visible eyebrow. And how do you know who I am? Kakashi asked, making Naruto sigh, and returned to his book. This discussion is a waste of my time. I'm afraid I was only to inform the old man of my progress, not to get into a pissing contest with an inflated ego, Naruto said without raising his eyes from the book. Sarutobi smiled as he saw Kakashi glare at the blonde-haired boy. Ha ha ha, he burned your ass, Kakashi, a feminine voice said with laughter in its voice. Looking up, Naruto saw a purple-haired woman that held her hair into a spiked-up ponytail. The woman had golden brown eyes that held no pupil. She had a soft curve to her jaw and sharp teeth. Around her waist was a short skirt that was held up by two belts. She wore a fishnet bodysuit and a large high-collared trench coat. The coat was open, showing off her physique, and the collar was buttoned down, showing her gorgeous face. Naruto smiled slightly at the woman. Thank you, Mitarashi-san. I highly appreciate your words, Naruto said, drawing a dangerous and sexy smile from the spiky-haired woman. Oh, so you know about me as well, do you, brat? The woman said menacingly. Naruto closed his book and stood up from his position on the couch. Of course I do, Mitarashi-san. You are the talk of a lot of my acquaintances, Naruto responded by making the woman sneer. Seeing the look, Naruto chuckled. You misunderstand, Mitarashi-san. I don't associate myself with such bigoted individuals. My acquaintances actually speak very highly of your work, Naruto said, making the woman give the same dangerous and sexy smirk as before. I'd like to meet these friends of yours, brat, the woman said, making Naruto chuckle. Mitarashi-san, acquaintances, not friends. We get along well enough, but I wouldn't trust them to show up on time, I'm afraid. And they returned the feeling, Naruto said, making several people look at Kakashi with a you know each other look in their eyes. Seeing the looks, the woman chuckled. Okay, brat, seriously, how do you know so much about Kakashi and me? The woman asked, making Naruto smile lightly. Now isn't it unadvised to give away secrets to Mitarashi-san? Is that not the first thing we were taught when learning to become shinobi? Naruto said, making Sarutobi smile. The woman gave a sultry grin and walked closer to the boy. I also believe that line was meant for interrogation, brat. You want to find out if you're really ready to keep secrets yet, kid? The woman said in a menacing tone. Naruto chuckled at the woman. You are increasingly more fun than my information says, Mitarashi-san. Naruto responded by drawing a dangerous look into the woman's eyes. Pulling a kunai, the woman spun the blade on her finger in a threatening manner. Oh, and what else does your info say about me, brat? The woman said, making Naruto chuckle. Mitarashi Enko, Tokubetsu Jounin. Outside these walls you are known as the Nawaka no Hibi, charm of the snake. You are incredibly skilled in stealth, assassination, and torture, and despite your high stamina you have a venerable knack for genjutsu. You are the only known person to make Marino Ibiki, Konoha's and Takabira's Seishin, untouchable soul, actually give up information. Your favorite foods are sweet bean soup and dango. You also hate spicy food. And contrary to your typical outward attitude, you enjoy tea ceremonies. I do hold much more information, however I will not reveal it, as I will not have it used against you, Naruto said, making the newly dubbed Enko smile. Kakashi raised an eyebrow at that. Oh, and what kind of info could you have on Enko that we could use against her? Kakashi asked, only to gain a glare from the blonde. That would be none of your business, Hatake Kakashi, stealer of 1,000. Naruto responded by making Kakashi give an eye smile. Now don't act like that, we're all friends here, Kakashi said, making the blonde snort with laughter. Hardly, Hatake, however I'll make you a deal. I'll tell you something I have on her if I can tell her something I have on you, like how you got that eye of yours. Would that be acceptable to Hatake? Naruto asked, making everyone in the room go wide-eyed. Kakashi glared and snapped his book shut. How do you know that? Kakashi asked, anger clearly showing in his voice. Naruto chuckled at that. Oh, so I'm to assume you don't want me telling that particular little tale, Hatake? Then please don't ask for information on others if you aren't willing for the same to happen to you. Naruto responded, turned his back on the group, and walked towards the couch. Naruto was stopped and spun around, however, by the silver-haired jounin. Don't ignore me, Genin. How do you have that information? Kakashi growled, making Naruto glare. I suggest you remove your hand from me, Hatake, or else you and everyone else in the room will find out just how much information I know, Naruto said with a menacing tone. That's enough for Kakashi to control himself. If you didn't want that information known, then you should have hidden it better. Naruto-kun, stop antagonizing my jounin, Sarutobi thundered, making Kakashi step away from the boy and nod. Naruto chuckled as he watched Kakashi stand back in line. Good boy, now sit and roll over, Naruto said, drawing another laugh from Anko and a glare from Kakashi. Sarutobi glared at the blonde only to get a light chuckle in response. Naruto-kun, why are you still here? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto sigh. Walking back over to the couch, Naruto flopped himself down, as if he belonged. Pulling back out his little black book, Naruto smiled. 2 reasons, old man. First and foremost, I'm here to see whom I acquire, as a jounin sensei. Second, however, is that I'm still trying to convince you to let me see that seal, Naruto said, making the jounin raise their eyebrows, and Sarutobi sighs. Naruto-kun, you can stay to hear my announcement. However, you know I can't allow you to even see that seal without the person's permission, Sarutobi said, making Naruto smirk. Sure you can, you're the Hokage, Naruto said, making Sarutobi glare at the boy. Shaking his head, as he saw the boy just trying to rile him up, Sarutobi turned towards his jounin. Okay, now then on to team assignments. Does anyone have a preference? And no, not everyone can have the Uchiha. Sarutobi asked the 2 or 3 jounin to lower their heads. I'd like to take the Uchiha, Sandaime-sama, Kakashi said without lifting his head from his book. Sarutobi raised an eyebrow at that. And why should you get the Uchiha, Kakashi? Sarutobi asked, making Kakashi smile. Well, I'm the only one in the village that can train him when his Sharingan activates, Kakashi responded by making Naruto snort. If he activates it, Naruto said, drawing a glare from 9 out of the 12 jounin. Naruto-kun, that's enough. Kakashi, is your request granted to anyone else? Sarutobi said. A gruff-looking man with a trimmed beard that followed his sharp jawline sighed, and blew smoke out of his mouth only to take another puff from his cigarette. I guess I'll take the Ino Shikacho group even if they are a loud mouth, a glutton, and a slacker, the man said, making Sarutobi Hiruzen sigh. Couldn't you seem excited at least for Naosuma? Hiruzen asked, making the man smirk. Nah, pop's too much work, Sarutobi Asuma responded, making Hiruzen sigh. Fine, granted. Anyone else? The third asked for a dark-haired woman with ruby eyes to step forward. I would like to request that Hyuga Hinata be placed on my team, the woman asked in a very businesslike tone. Sarutobi looked very pensive for a minute before sighing. Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked everyone in the room to raise an eyebrow. Yes, Gigi? Naruto responded without raising his face from his book. Bring up all the information you have on both Yuhi Kurenai and Hyuga Hinata, Sarutobi said, making Naruto snort. Make me sound like a filing system, why don't you? Naruto said, only to gain a slight glare from the older man. Naruto chuckled and looked up from his book. Yuhi Kurenai, rookie jounin. Outside these walls she is known as Shinkara no Mori, Mirage of the Forest. Inside these walls, however, she holds another name, the Ice Queen. She is exceptionally skilled in genjutsu with the ability to examine and include minute details, such as what animals and insects travel in pairs, in her illusions. She is the only person to actually be able to fool a Sharinganovan if it was only for a second. She came to this village at a very young age with a knack for genjutsu. She was later paired with a young Kurama Yakumo. She later had to seal off the poor girl's chakra, and thus stop her from being a ninja. Which was a stupid idea, really, Naruto said, only for a wizened voice to cut him off. Naruto-kun, we've been over this. Now stop getting off topic, and do as I ask, Sarutobi said sharply, causing Naruto to chuckle and roll his eyes. I'm just saying anyway. She, like Mitarashi-san, holds a passion for sweets. She, however, doesn't enjoy bitter foods. Her hobbies include relaxing with friends and sparring. She holds a strong hatred for any kunoichi who join the academy, and later the military in pursuit of a male. I hold plenty more information, however I will not have it used against her. Naruto finished, causing Sarutobi to nod, and Kurenai to glare at the boy. Okay, Naruto-kun, and what about Hyuga Hinata? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto sigh. Hyuga Hinata, rookie genin, has no existing title and or outside these walls. She has no designated specialty, however she has shown she is rather adept at making healing salves. She suffers from low confidence because of the way her father and cousin treat her. She lacks the will to harm anyone, making all the physical aspects of her shinobi training to suffer. However, her latent potential is massive, and should it be cultivated, she could very well be one of the greatest assets this village has ever gotten out of the Hyuga. Like before, I also have more information, however I'll not have it used against her. Naruto finished explaining, making Sarutobi sigh and nod. Naruto-kun, using all your information on both of them, do you think that Kurenai would be a good teacher for young Hinata? Sarutobi asked Kurenai to go wide-eyed. Hokage-sama, surely you aren't going to let this child make this decision, are you? Kurenai asked Sarutobi to raise an eyebrow. Kurenai-san, this is your first time meeting Naruto-kun, is it not? Sarutobi asked, making Kurenai raise an eyebrow and nod. Well, yes sir, it is. Kurenai responded, making Sarutobi smile. Kurenai-san, I can assure you that, while you may see just a child, Naruto-kun is the most available source of all common knowledge, and some knowledge on my shinobi I don't even know. So yes, I'm letting him give his input, and then I'll decide based on that, Sarutobi said in finality. Naruto chuckled, and rolled his head back to rest on the armrest of the couch. Personality, and statically, Kurenai is slightly close-minded, and has a habit of drawing conclusions before she has the ability to see the truth. She is also only about Lochunin Taijutsu, so teaching a Hyuga, who specialize in Taijutsu, would be incredibly difficult for her, and may harm the Hyuga's combat ability more than help it. Naruto explained how business is. Kurenai listened to this, and stared in shock. No, please Hinata needs me, no, Kurenai thought with a slightly depressed look on her face. Anko saw her friend's face, and couldn't help but think, I'm sorry Kurei-chan, I know how much you wanted the girl. Naruto took all this in from the corner of his eye. What do you know? Emotional attachment could be deadly. Naruto thought with slight boredom. Sarutobi thought about what was just said, and sighed. Well, in light of certain circumstances, Kurenai-san, I'm afraid, Sarutobi said, only in a bored tone to cut the man off. I wasn't done, Naruto said, making Sarutobi give the boy a confused look. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi inquired, making Naruto take a deep breath out of boredom. Statistically, and personality-wise, Yuhi-san is probably the worst choice you could ever make. She is in no way, shape, or form fit to teach a Hyuga to go into combat, Naruto said, making Kurenai give out a depressed sigh. He's right, I'll probably just get them killed, Kurenai dejectedly thought. However, that's not really what you want from her, is it? You have no desire to place the Hyuga in a combat situation, do you, Yuhi-san? You had no desire whatsoever to give the Hyuga combat training, Naruto asked, making everyone confused. What do you mean, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto smile. You see, Gigi Yuhi-san did the one thing no decent shinobi is ever supposed to do. She got emotionally attached to a mission. When she was younger, the Hyugas commissioned Yuhi-san to escort the young Hyuga to and from the academy. When doing this, Yuhi-san got to know the Hyuga heiress, and got attached to her. Naruto explained, making Sarutobi give a light glare. Is this true in Kurenai? Are you emotionally attached? Sarutobi asked, making Kurenai turn her head in shame, and nod. Kurenai, you know that I can't allow you to go on a mission with someone you have an emotional attachment to. That being said, Sarutobi said, only to get cut off again. You know you would learn a lot more if you would actually let me finish explaining things, Gigi man, you freaking politician, Naruto said, drawing a light chuckle from Asuma and Anko. While yes, Yuhi-san is emotionally attached, and never planned to teach the young heiress any real combat skills, she is also trying to give the young heiress something much more important for any soldier at home. The young heiress right now has nothing to fight for because she feels so down about herself, and she feels no one would care if she came back or not. If Yuhi-san is her sensei, she'll be able to form a stronger bond with the young heiress, and allow her to feel as if someone cares that she comes back. Believe me, Gigi, while her statistics and personality are wrong for the job, if you place the Hyuga heiress with any other team, Naruto stopped here, and looked Sarutobi right in the eyes, you'll have another Roots member, Naruto said, making Sarutobi's eyes widen. Very well, Kurenai-san, you can have young Hinata on your team, but I'll not allow you outside the village until I deem you ready to understand? Sarutobi asked, making Kurenai nod. After getting confirmation from the Hokage, Kurenai's ruby eyes turned towards the blonde on the couch. How do you know so many kids? How were you able to have information on me, and a Hyuga, and then just spout it like you were reading from a book? Kurenai asked in a cold voice. Naruto chuckled, and returned his gaze to his book. I am afraid that those are secrets very few will know. Gigi, myself, maybe my sensei, and any family I have later on in life, Naruto explained, making one of the jounin snort. Yeah, right, like anybody would start a family with a demon like you, the man said, drawing a glare from Hiruzen, Asuma, and surprisingly Anko. Naruto however looked at the man, and smiled menacingly. Benjo Unko, tell me, do you want to know what information I have on you? Naruto asked Unko to snarl. Like I give a fuck, demon brat, the man yelled, making Naruto chuckle. Banjo Unko, Jounin, you possess no title outside these walls, however inside them you are known as Konoha's laughingstock. Your father was a rich businessman from Kumo, and your mother was a whore from Tanzaku town. Your father paid your mother a monthly allowance of 25,000 yen a month to take care of you, and not to say his name, Your mother took that money and squandered it, never leaving the prostitution business. When you finally came here, and you wanted to go to the academy, your mother didn't have the money, so she had to have the director over for dinner twice a week. After becoming a genin, you were a rather lackluster shinobi. You never did anything to stand out, nor did you ever do anything above a B-rank mission. Would you like me to continue? I have more? Naruto said, drawing a growl from the older man. I'm going to fucking kill you, the man said, and launched at Naruto. He was stopped, however, by a black-clad man wearing a rabbit mask. Naruto smiled at the man. Oh yeah, I forgot the most important thing I had on you. You broke the third Hokage's law, Naruto said, as the black-clad man grabbed Unko, and with a quick shunshin body flicker, disappeared from the room. Sarutobi sighed, and rubbed his temples. Okay, before we have any more incidents, does anyone else have any requests? Sarutobi asked, fully expecting to be finished. Everyone's eyes widened, however, when a feminine voice asked, Can I have blonde hair? Turning towards the voice, Sarutobi was surprised to see Anko looking at him, being serious about it. Now Anko-chan, I'm sure you understand that taking a genin is what Sarutobi tried to explain, only to be cut off by said blonde. I'm cool with it, Naruto responded by drawing a smile from the snake charmer, and an exasperated look from Sarutobi. Naruto-kun, you've got to be kidding. I've told you before that because you aim to be a seal master that the battlefield will be extremely dangerous for you, Sarutobi said, making Naruto smirk. And I've told you that I could wipe the floor with any of those little kitties at the academy without even dipping into my level 2 pack, Naruto said without raising his face from the book. Anko raised an eyebrow at that. Level 2 pack? What are you talking about, brat? Anko asked Naruto to smirk in his book. Over the years I have made several hundred different types of tags, ranging from the typical Nifuta no Bakuha, tag of explosion, exploding tag, to my Urano no Zie Caesaroi, wasteland of the array. Each of these tags is then rated by power with the help of the old man in a rating of 1 through 5. 1 is my weakest attacks, and they are enough to beat anyone in the graduating class of the academy, Naruto explained, making Anko go wide-eyed. Kakashi looked at the boy, and smiled. Really, brat? Care to test that theory? Kakashi asked, making Naruto chuckle. Anytime, Cyclops, Naruto responded by making Kakashi smile. Fine then, how about a match between you and the Rookie of the Year? Kakashi said, making Naruto roll his eyes. Don't make me laugh. Uchiha doesn't stand a snowball's chance in hell against me, Naruto said, making Sarutobi smile behind folded hands. Okay then, Naruto-kun, put your money where your mouth is. If you can beat young Sasuke without using anything from your level 2 or higher, then I'll allow you to become Anko-chan's Lagan. However, should you lose, I'm not paying you for the synthetic chakra system. Do we have a deal? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto chuckle. Sucker's bet. You're an old man, Naruto said, making Kakashi smile behind his mask. The next day at the Shinobi Academy, we see a small crowd surrounding 2 people. The first was a black-haired boy. The boy had on a blue high-collared t-shirt over a white long-sleeved undershirt. The boy wore khaki shorts with a kunai, and a shuriken holster attached to his legs. The most notable thing, however, was the boy's serious face, and the picture of a broken fan on the back of his shirt. The second was spiky-headed blonde that wore a white muscle shirt and white denim pants. The most notable things about the boy, however, were the 2 beautiful cerulean eyes that the boy held. The blonde stared at the other boy, and sighed. Can we get this over with, please? I have other places to be that don't include picking on those weaker than myself, Naruto asked while pulling out the little black book he was reading yesterday. The other boy smirked. Me weaker than you? I don't think so, the black-haired Uchiha said, making Naruto sigh. Then I find it rather relieving that we don't pay you to think of Sasuke. Luckily we have people like the Hokage, and myself for that, Naruto responded in a very bored tone, his eyes never leaving his book. Sasuke growled in anger at the boy. Very few in the crowd caught the subtle motions that the blonde boy made with his feet, as Sarutobi approached the center of the circle that the boys stood in. Alright, this is a spar to see if Uzumaki Naruto is allowed to become a genin under the charge of Mitarashi Anko. The rules are simple: no fatal blows, no harming those watching the match. When the match is called, no more attacking each other. Are we clear? Sarutobi said, getting a nod from both competitors. Right, Hajime. At Sarutobi's yell, Sasuke reached for his kunai pouch, only for the ground to blow up beside him. Too slow, came a yell, as the young Uchiha was thrown 5 feet to his left. The Uchiha looked up towards the blonde only to still see him reading that damn book. Sasuke's thoughts were interrupted, however, when the ground exploded again, sending him flying. The crowd went wide-eyed at this spectacle. The shinobi who favors speed over cleverness will usually be the winner. Remember that, Sasuke. The bored tone of the blonde rang out, as another explosion blew up where Sasuke used to be. Sasuke ran towards the crowd, and hid amongst them. From his hidden spot, Sasuke looked closely at the blonde, trying to find out how he's blowing things up. Sasuke went wide-eyed, however, when he saw a slight glow around the blonde's right foot. Naruto looked at the group that Sasuke was hiding in. Hiding among civilians, Sasuke? What would your brother think? Naruto said, making a rage shoot through the Uchiha. Pulling a kunai, Sasuke ran out of the crowd only to be hit by another explosion. If your enemy is short of temper, try to agitate him in hopes to draw him out. Naruto started returning his eyes to his book. Naruto's eyes widened slightly when he saw the young Uchiha run past him in a crouch. The Uchiha, dragging his kunai through the seal on the ground, spun around to face the blonde, and smirked. Now that I've destroyed that stupid little seal of yours, you can't use your little explosion trick, dope. Sasuke said condescendingly, and started to do hand signs. Naruto chuckled at the black-haired boy. Very impressive, Sasuke, I commend you for figuring it out, as fast as you did. However, you seem to have forgotten a minute's little detail, Naruto said, and then chuckled when he saw Sasuke continue to do hand signs. I do possess 2 feet of Uchiha, Naruto said, making Sasuke's eyes widen. Sasuke finished his jutsu just as the ground under Naruto's left foot started to glow. However, before Sasuke could blow out any fireballs, the ground underneath him blew up. Looking through the smoke, Naruto sighed. This is growing into a rather repetitive Uchiha. Are you already starting to tire? Naruto inquired, only to dodge to the side as the Uchiha ran past. Naruto twisted his body to avoid the blade of the kunai that was aimed at his side. Sasuke pivoted on his heel and ran towards Naruto. Halt! At that word, Sasuke came to a halt and stared at the blonde in confusion. What's the matter, dope? Giving up? Sasuke asked, drawing a light chuckle from the blonde. No, I'm not forfeiting, however this encounter has come to an end, I'm afraid, Naruto said, and then turned away from the dark-haired boy. Sasuke glared at the blonde in anger. Sasuke growled in anger and started to do hand signs. I don't think so, Sasuke yelled, making Naruto stop. Cocking his head back, Naruto sighed. You really don't comprehend what's happening, do you? Fine, then I'll end it. Fuinjitus, Naruto no Reiku, sealing technique, tag of lightning, Naruto said, surprising everyone who was listening. Sasuke let out a scream in pain, as a small piece of paper that was stuck on his back started to glow, and 100,000 volts of electricity shot through his body. Sasuke fell to the floor in pain, as steam arose off his flesh. Naruto looked back to the raven-haired boy, and sighed. I'm impressed by Uchiha. You have fought rather well against an unknown opponent when I possessed the knowledge of almost everything there was to know about you. You truly deserve your title of genius. Who knows, one day we may just pay you to think. Although you shouldn't worry about that little shock, your body isn't as harmed as it feels. You'll be able to train and fight to your full capacity in the next several days, Naruto said, and then continued on his walk. Just as Naruto broke away from the crowd and into the forest, a feminine laugh reached his ears. Well, that was rich, brat. I think you and I are going to get along just fine. Naruto smiled slightly at the voice. I'm glad you think so, Mitarashi-san. Naruto responded by making the snake charmer snort. Alright, no more of that, Mitarashi-san shit, call me Anko-sensei or Anko-sama, whichever you prefer, Anko said in a joking manner. Naruto smirked into his book at that. Thank you, Anko-sama, Naruto said, making the purple-haired girl's jaw drop. What's the matter with Anko-sama? If you keep your mouth open like that, who knows what could be placed into it, Naruto said in a nonchalant voice, making the trench coat-wearing woman smirk. Oh? Brat, do you have any ideas? Anko asked in a seductive tone. I have a few, but none I'm sure you'd be interested in, Anko-sama. After all, who knows what could gag you? Naruto said, leaving the double meaning clear as day. Anko smiled and pulled the blonde's head into her chest. Is that right, brat? Care to try? Anko said, making Naruto blush slightly. Maybe another time, Anko-sama. However, right now I'm afraid I'm required to be at the Hokage's office to perform an experimental sealing procedure on a genin, Naruto said, making Anko raise an eyebrow in confusion. Oh, and what does this procedure do? Anko asked, making Naruto chuckle. It is a procedure that will create a synthetic chakra system. You see, what the seal is going to do is take almost all the chakra the body makes, and draw it into the storage seal. From the storage seal I'll make synthetic tenketsu over where the person's original tenketsu was, so that the possessor of the system gains the ability to use chakra again, Naruto explained, making Anko nod. Okay, I can see how that would work, however why would you need a synthetic chakra system? Anko inquired, making Naruto smirk. Tell me, Anko-san, have you ever heard of the Kami no Erasure, God of the Storm, technique? Naruto questioned, making Anko raise an eyebrow. The technique that destroyed 1,000 lightning shinobi in minutes during the Second Secret War? Yeah, I know why, Anko asked, making Naruto gain an inquisitive look on his face. Do you know why that technique was never used against Anko-san? Naruto asked Anko to raise an eyebrow. According to everyone, the man who made it refused to teach anyone the technique, Anko answered, making Naruto nod. That is correct. And do you know why he never taught anyone, Anko-san? Naruto solicited Anko to give him a funny look. I don't know, maybe he didn't want anyone knowing about it. Anko responded by making Naruto chuckle. No, Anko-san, the reason he didn't teach anyone the technique was because he couldn't, Naruto said, making Anko raise an eyebrow. What do you mean he couldn't? Anko asked, making Naruto chuckle again. I'm saying he couldn't because using that technique destroyed his chakra coils. We lost one of the most powerful techniques known to man all because we never had a way to fix the chakra coils. Sarutobi commissioned me to create a seal that could replace a chakra network so that occurrence never happens again. Naruto explained, making Anko whistle in amazement. That's some pretty intense shit there, brat. Are you really that good with seals? Anko asked, making Naruto smile. Well, it took a 10-year-old 2 weeks to find out exactly what Shikifuen did. Let's just put it that way, Naruto said with a smile only for it to fall shortly afterwards. Anko was amazed at that information, however the sudden fall in his smile caught her attention first. What's the matter, brat? Anko questioned, making Naruto finally look up from his book and stare off into the forest. It's just that no matter how much I improve, and no matter how much I prove to him that I can help, Gigi still won't let me see that damn seal of Orochimaru, Naruto said, drawing a slight glare from the snake mistress next to him. It's probably for the best, kid. You don't want to be messing around with something like that, Anko said, making Naruto sigh. That's what Gigi says, but damn it, I've got to know how it works. I mean, I've read all the reports that have been made on it. Even Jire's reports seem to be off. I mean, sure, the ability to corrupt chakra and manipulate the mind would be essential, as corrupted chakra is stronger because of its chaotic nature, and controlling the mind is a rather simple process. However, I just can't picture that being it. I mean, there is no way that's all there was to that damn seal, Naruto said, making Anko raise an eyebrow at his analysis of the reports. You seem to have a theory, but care to share it? Anko asked Naruto to close his book and rub his chin. Of course I have a theory, but until I can find the person in the village with the fucking thing and track it, there is no way I'll be able to hack the damn thing, Naruto responded, making Anko raise an eyebrow in confusion. Track it? What do you mean, brat? Like back to where it came from? Anko inquired, making Naruto shake his head. No, nothing like that. You see, it's a seal I've invented. Any seal enthusiast knows that it's impossible to hack or break a seal that is sealed like the curse seal stays all the time. I couldn't imagine that the person wearing the damn thing would want to sit there with it on while I study it, Naruto explained, making Anko's eyes widen. You can't break a seal without seeing it active? None of those damn seal users ever had me activate the damn thing. Damn them, Anko thought in rage. Calming herself, Anko turned back towards the blonde. Okay, so can you tell me what you think the seal really is? Or do I not get to know your theory? Anko asked, making Naruto shake his head. I'm sorry, Anko-san, however, until I find out who has the seal and am able to actually look at it, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, Naruto explained, making Anko nod. Anko took a calming breath before her next question. Okay, so then your tracking seal, does it activate the seal or does it work another way? Anko asked, hiding any nervousness in her voice. Naruto smiled and let loose a small chuckle. Of course it doesn't activate the seal. What would be the purpose of a seal that tracks another if I could just activate the damn thing? Naruto said with some humor, and a tiny bit of pride showing in his voice. Anko raised an eyebrow at that. Well, if it doesn't activate it, then how does it work? Anko inquired, making Naruto smile lightly. You see, what most people don't know is that every seal requires the same amount of chakra to activate, so if an amount smaller than that is pulsed throughout the seal, then it will partially activate. In this partially activated state, a memory seal activates, and when the next pulse of chakra is sent out, it tracks and remembers the path in which it follows. This allows me to track and see a full seal without actually activating it, Naruto explained, causing Anko to go wide-eyed. That is some seriously cool shit there, brat, Anko said, drawing a slight chuckle. Pulling back out his book, Naruto let out a light sigh. Yes, I thought so, as well. I guess it doesn't matter, however, I mean, Gigi won't even tell me anything until the person comes to him asking for an update or something. He says he doesn't want to drag up bad memories, as he puts it. So until then, I suppose I'm just stuck doing commission jobs for the old man. Well, and working with you, I suppose, Anko-san, Naruto said, and continued his walk. Anko walked beside him in silence, thinking to herself. This boy just explained to me exactly what these experts think about this seal, told me that they were doing it wrong, and then tells me that he has a theory on what the seal is, how it works, and how to stop it. I don't know. Anko's thoughts were cut off, however, when an elderly voice cut them off. Ah, Naruto-kun, you've arrived just in time. The The test subject is here along with his Hyuga teammate, Sarutobi said, waving towards the Hokage's office. Walking into the office, Anko stared at the other 4 people inside of it. The first she noticed was a white-eyed boy with long brown hair, and a stick-up-my-ass look on his face. The second was a beautiful young kunoichi with large brown eyes, and her brown hair done up in 2 buns. It was the last 2, however, that had Anko staring. Standing there in green spandex suites were 2 heavily built shinobi with bowl-cut hair and bug eyes. However, the most notable thing about them was that they each had 2 large furry leeches on their faces. Seeing the look, Naruto chuckled. Yes, Anko-san, we all know it's weird, however please bear with it. Lee-san, are you sure you wish to do this? I was under the impression you wished to prove that you are a capable shinobi, as you are? Naruto asked without raising his eyes from the page he was on. Lee smiled widely at the blonde. Ah, Naruto-kun, your fires of youth burn brightly for worrying about me so. However, I still wish to use it even with what I said. The older spandex-wearing ninja smiled. Yes, Lee, that is right. If you are able to use your fires of youth will burn even brighter, the older ninja said, making Lee smile. Guy-sensei, Lee yelled, and hugged the older ninja. Lee, Guy yelled back, and returned the hug. As the pair hugged, everyone was disgusted to see a sunset, and a rainbow appeared behind the 2. A small shock of electricity sent the 2 into the wall adjacent to them, and cancelling the scene. Turning towards the cause, everyone was surprised to see Naruto with his hand in a throwing position, and his face away from his book. Let's get one thing straight, if you ever do that disgusting scene before me again, I'll make sure you both get a lightning tag to the genitals to make sure you can't go around spreading your flames of youth. Do I make myself clear? Naruto said menacingly, causing the 2 spandex-wearing nin to cower in fear. Anko leaned towards the bun-haired girl, and whispered, Is it bad that the blonde is turning me on right now? The younger girl blushed slightly at that. Only if it's bad that I agree with you, the girl responded, making Anko chuckle. I like you, girl, you have good taste in men, Anko said, and laid a hand on the girl's head. Naruto calmed himself, and turned towards the 2 females. I'm not going to order you to leave, however, since Lee-san hardly has any chakra running through his coils, I'm going to have to make a complete system. This requires Lee-san to be naked, so while I won't require you to leave, I do believe that Lee-san would feel comfortable if you were to exit the room, Naruto said with a kind smile. Anko looked around the room in confusion. I'm not to question you, old man, but is it really safe to do this in the Hokage's office? Anko asked, making Naruto chuckle. You wouldn't think so, Anko-san. However, the Hokage's office is actually the most secure place in the village. For instance, look at where I blew up, Naruto said, making Anko turn towards the explosion of electricity was earlier. Anko's jaw dropped, as she saw that under the carpet, and the padding was solid steel. Anko chuckled lightly. I should have known, Anko said, making Naruto smile. No, you shouldn't have. It's kept a secret from most for a reason, however that is for another time. Am I to assume you both wish to see Lee-san naked? Naruto asked Anko to bark slightly, and Tenten blushed. Anko smiled at the boy, and exited the room with the brunette, Tenten, by her side. Naruto chuckled, as we watched the 2 leave. Turning towards the others in the room, Naruto turned towards the long-haired male. Hyuga Niji, right? Naruto asked, getting a nod. Good, then I need you to take this maker, and mark on Lee-san where his tenketsu should be located. Any questions? Naruto asked while handing the boy the marker. The boy shook his head, making Naruto smile. Turning towards the bowl-cut boy, Naruto smirked. Alright, Lee-san, what I need from you is simple. Get naked, stand still, and don't get an erection. Am I clear? Naruto asked, his voice clearly showing the or else that was hidden in there. Lee nodded, and quickly shucked his green spandex. Naruto signaled Niji to mark him. Niji turned on his Byakugan, and worked quickly. It took about 15 minutes of quick work, but Niji finally got them. Returning to the blonde, Niji handed over the marker. All 361 tenketsu are marked, Niji said, making Naruto sigh. Damn, I was kind of hoping it would take you longer. Naruto responded by drawing a light smirk from the Hyuga. Reaching to the kunai holster on his leg, Naruto pulled out a calligraphy set. Sarutobi smiled, as he saw the familiar box. Still using that old Naruto-kun? The elderly man asked, making a blonde smile. Of course, unless I'm doing something for a weapon, I always use it. Naruto responded by pulling out his brush, an ink bottle. Sarutobi watched with a smirk, as he saw the boy go to work. The synthetic system itself was a rather easy seal. Just connect the dots where all the tenketsu are located while drawing a small release seal on each tenketsu, using the connecting lines, as artificial chakra coils connecting all the openings. The hard part, however, was tying it all into the storage seal. To do that, Naruto had to make sure that each connecting coil drew only so much chakra, or else the synthetic system could literally blow up. Another hard part was the storage seal itself. Creating a storage seal that will draw on a set amount of chakra was easy, however a storage seal that gauged the amount of chakra in the body, and left only enough to run the body was another matter. Finishing the array, Naruto stood, placed his hand on the center of the boy's chest, and smirked. I'm not going to lie, this is going to hurt like a bitch. Jutsu, Nibbin Yukio, sealing technique, second life, Naruto said, and slammed his chakra into the seal, jump-starting it. Everyone in the room watched, as the muscle-bound shinobi dropped to the floor in pain. Naruto smirked, however, when he saw the seal array start to bleed from black to a glowing blue. Jia, seeing his student in pain, was about to go over to him, but was stopped by the powerful hand of the Hokage. Sarutobi smiled at the man. Calm down, Jia. Naruto-kun may be young, but he knows what he's doing, Sarutobi said, making Guy nod. Turning back towards the site, everyone let out a small sigh. Naruto smirked at Lee. As he slowly got to his feet, blue chakra coils pulsing with power. Well, now it seems like someone's ready to be a shinobi, Naruto said jokingly. Lee smiled, and was about to say something only for something to smack him in the face. Pulling the offending thing from his face, Lee smiled, as he saw his green spandex. Before you go around hugging people, please put clothes on, and let those of us who wish to leave do so, Naruto said with his nose back in that little black book. Turning away from the redressing boy, Naruto walked out the door, followed by Sarutobi and Niji. Just as Naruto closed the door behind him, a bun-haired girl accosted him. Is Lee okay? I heard him scream. Did everything go right? The girl asked worriedly, making Naruto chuckle. Yes, Lee's okay. I told him it would hurt like a bitch. And yes, everything went right. That answered everything? Naruto said, making Tenten blush. Chuckling, Naruto walked past the girl, and up to the Hokage, who was currently talking to Anko. Sorry, Anko-chan, but I don't want him messing with that, Sarutobi said once Naruto was in ear distance. Anko glared at the old man. Damn it, old man, he's at least got a theory on the damn thing, which is more than I can say for anyone else. If he can make a damn synthetic chakra system, he may actually be able to break this damn seal. Anko raged, making Naruto walk into the conversation at this point. What seal? Naruto asked, making Sarutobi smile. Nothing you have to worry about, Naruto-kun, Sarutobi said, making Naruto close his book and raise an eyebrow. Doesn't sound like Sarutobi, Gigi. Usually when you lie about something, you shouldn't do it to the person who just eavesdropped on half your conversation, Naruto said, making Anko smile. We're talking about the curse seal, brat, Anko said, drawing a glare from the older man. Naruto looked towards the Hokage. Come on, Gigi, let me look at it. I have a theory, Naruto said, only for Sarutobi to cut him off. And I told you, if you tell me your theory, I'll have someone check into it, Sarutobi said, making Naruto snort. That's bullshit, old man, and you know it. There's only one seal hated more than the curse seal in this fucking village, and that's on my gut. So do you really think those so brilliant seal users you have under you are going to do anything studying a non-active seal? Naruto said, making Sarutobi go wide-eyed. What surprised Gigi? That's right, your people have sat there, and looked at 3 tomos sitting in a circle, and said that they've done all they could do. You know damn well that I'm the only person in this village that can actually get a good look at the active curse seal without the person having to activate it. Naruto raged, making Sarutobi sigh. Naruto, I'm sorry, but Sarutobi started only to get cut off. 2 weeks, and the pay from the Nibbin Yukio. If you let me study the seal for 2 weeks, that's it, then the work I did on Lee is free. That is a B-rank mission for free, old man, and all I'm asking is to be able to study a fucking seal that's causing someone out there hell. I can't be free of my demon. But maybe, Naruto said with his face turned towards the ground. Anko watched in amazement. He just wants to help me? Why? Can't be free of his demon? No, that he can't mean no. I'm sorry, Naruto, Anko thought with a sad smile. Sarutobi gave a critical eye to the blonde-haired boy. 2 weeks. No more. If you do not have something within that time, I'm pulling you off of the research, and off your team, Sarutobi said, making Naruto go wide-eyed. Why my team? Naruto asked, confused. Because if I want you off the cursed seal case, I can't have you working with the only one in the village that possesses one, Sarutobi said, making Naruto's eyes widen. Turning towards Anko, Naruto smirked. You're the one with the cursed seal? Naruto asked with some excitement showing in his voice. Anko smiled, and nodded. Rushing up to the woman, Naruto dragged her into Sarutobi's office. Pushing the woman into a chair, Naruto quickly turned, and walked toward the 2 green-clad shinobi. Yes, we are all glad that Lee-san can now use it. However, I have one very small request, Naruto said, making Guy smile brightly. Anything for the person who can my wondrously youthful pupil the ability to use, Jia exclaimed, making Naruto smile slightly. Oh, don't worry, it's just a simple request. You see, I have another appointment, I'm afraid, so I'm going to have to ask you to get the hell out, Naruto yelled, making the 2 green-clad shinobi jump and sprint out the door. Closing the door, Naruto smiled. Turning back towards the girl, Naruto pulled a tag out of his only black pouch. Walking up to her, he handed her the tag. I'm sorry you had to see that, however, back to work. Here is the tag since I don't know where the seal is. Please place this tag over it, and brace yourself. It feels really weird. Naruto warned Anko to smile. Taking the tag, Anko pulled down her collar, and placed the tag on the back of her neck. Jutsu, Naruto no Hiki, sealing technique, seal of copying, Naruto said with a smirk. Anko shivered, as she felt a pulse of chakra go through her. Then she felt it. It felt like something was running across her skin. She shivered, as she felt it run across her upai in a flame-like pattern. It was 5 minutes before the feeling passed. Anko looked up at the blonde, and raised an eyebrow. Okay, so what now? Anko asked, making Naruto smirk. Pulling the tag off her neck, Naruto smirked. Now we do this, Naruto said, pulling out another tag. Biting his thumb, Naruto spread a bit of blood on the tag. In a puff of smoke, a scroll appeared. Unrolling the scroll, Anko raised her eyebrow, as she saw 2 silhouettes of a female body. Didn't know you were into shapeless women, brat, Anko said, making Naruto chuckle. Although the poor girl doesn't have your magnificent figure, Anko-sama, she will serve the purpose she is meant to, Naruto said, and placed the tag he took off of Anko's neck on the scroll. Pushing chakra into the tag, Naruto smiled. Jutsu, Naruto no Hiki, Kai, sealing technique, tag of copying, cancel, Naruto said with excitement. Anko's eyes widened, as she saw white flame-like markings start to make their way across the black silhouettes. Naruto smirked, as the last mark finally showed up on the scroll. Rolling up the scroll, and standing, Naruto sighed. I know we were supposed to get to know each other, Anko-sama, however it seems that if I want to be on your team I have to get this fucking thing figured out. So I'll see you in 2 weeks for our first team meeting, Naruto said, making Anko look out the window. If you can figure out that seal, Anko said with slight depression. Naruto chuckled, and laid his hand on the girl's shoulder. I'll see you in 2 weeks, Anko-san. I promise you, and I will never break my promises, Naruto said with a smile, and then ran off towards his apartment to start studying this new seal. It has been 13 days since that day, and to Anko it passed agonizingly slowly. We now find our dangerous Kunoichi sitting in her favorite dango stand with one Yuhi Kurenai. Kurenai raised an eyebrow at the spaced-out look on her friend's face. Anko, what's the matter? You've hardly eaten anything, Kurenai asked, snapping Anko out of her trance. Smirking at the ruby-eyed woman, Anko laughed. Nothing's the matter, Kure-chan, why do you ask? Anko said, making Kurenai raise an eyebrow. Oh, I don't know about the fact that you've been spacing out. You've hardly touched your dango. You never leave dango on your plate. However, what really gave it away was that you kept rubbing your neck. You never do that because you know, Kurenai said, making Anko chuckle. You always were too damn perceptive, Anko said, making Kurenai chuckle. Okay, so what's the problem? Kurenai asked, making Anko sigh. Well, it's just that someone thinks that they can do something about my curse seal, however he only has 1 day left to work on it before the Hokage pulls him from it, Anko said, making Kurenai smile. Really? Who is it? Kurenai asked, making Anko sigh. My new genin, Uzumaki Naruto, Anko said, making Kurenai raise an eyebrow. Uzumaki Naruto, as in blonde-haired Kyuubi container, kicked the Uchiha's ass with his weakest techniques, knows everything there is to know about anyone, has really nice abs, and pecs. Uzumaki Naruto? Kurenai asked Anko to nod. Yeah, that's. Wait a minute, how do you know what his abs and pecs look like? Anko asked, making Kurenai chuckle. Well, the boy just ran by here shirtless with a scroll in his hand towards the Hokage tower, as if the devil were on his heels. Kurenai asked Anko to smile widely. Grabbing what was left of the dango on her plate, Anko grabbed Kurenai, and started dragging her after the boy. Anko burst into the Hokage's office with Kurenai right behind to see Sarutobi sitting at his desk with a shirtless Naruto reclining on the couch in the corner. The blonde looked up at the two women, and Naruto smiled. Took you long enough to get here, Anko-san. I thought I might have to explain what I found without you. Hello, Yuhi-san, Naruto said, stood up from his seat, and gave a nod towards Kurenai. Walking into the middle of the room, Naruto turned towards Sarutobi. Sarutobi-san, as arranged in my 2-week time allotment, I was able to procure and solve the mysteries of the cursed seal. I now hold knowledge of what it does, how it works, and I believe a way to handle it, Naruto said in a very businesslike tone. Sarutobi controlled his shock, and raised an eyebrow. You said handle it, not destroy it, explain, Sarutobi said, making Naruto sigh. I'm afraid, sir, that removing the curse seal would mean death to the holder, Naruto said, making Sarutobi hum. Elaborate, Sarutobi said. Naruto sighed, and pulled the scroll from his belt that he brought with him. Unrolling the scroll, everyone saw the silhouettes covered in the seal. As you know, this is what the curse seal looks like when active. This meant nothing to most people because it looked like a bunch of random markings. What we are really looking at, however, is one giant seal wrapped around an entire body, Naruto said, making everyone's eyes widen. Naruto kicked the scroll open further, causing Sarutobi's eyes to widen. This is what the seal looks like when laid flat. The reason that the curse seal can't be removed is because it is a bastardized version of the Shiki Fujin, and the Shursho Fuin, the same seals found on my gut, Naruto explained, making Anko's eyes widen. Why can't it be removed? Wouldn't what's ever trapped inside of it just be released? Anko asked, making Naruto chuckle. No, Anko-san, tell me, have you ever wondered why the seal had such a high mortality rate? Naruto asked Anko to shake her head. Naruto sighed. Anko-san, the reason that it had such a high mortality was because he was forcing your chakra coils to adapt to a foreign chakra. Now if we were to just remove whatever's in there, it would be like ripping the kyubi from my gut. The only thing it would get was both of us dead. You see, now that your body is accustomed to another chakra mixing with it, your body can't handle normal chakra being channeled through it, Naruto explained, making a tear fall from Anko's eye. Anko's head fell, as tears streamed down her face. So I'm never going to be free of that bastard. Is that what you're saying? Anko sobbed. Seeing the usually strong woman in tears, Naruto couldn't stop himself. Walking up to her, Naruto wrapped his arms around the girl, allowing her to cry into his chest. Lightly petting her hair, Naruto chuckled. Anko-san, calm down. I did say I had a way to handle it, didn't I? Naruto said, making Anko lift her head. Staring through teary eyes at the boy, Anko asked, so can you end the connection between him and me? Naruto smiled and nodded, causing Anko to pull him closer to her and whisper thank you over and over again. Finally pulling her head from the boy's chest, Anko wiped her eyes and smiled. So how are we going to do this? Anko asked, forcing Naruto to sigh. Releasing the girl, Naruto walked back to the center of the room and started pacing. Anko watched the troubled look on Naruto's face and missed the feeling of his protective arms around her body. Now that is the problem. You see, handling the cursed seal isn't going to be pretty, Naruto said, making Anko's eyes widen. Please tell me, I'll do anything to be separated from that bastard, Anko said hysterically. Naruto glared slightly at the woman. Don't say shit like that, Anko. Because being connected to Orochimaru can't be as bad as the alternative, Naruto said. Sarutobi raised his eyebrow at this. Oh, and what is the alternative, Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto sigh. The only way to remove Anko from Orochimaru is to replace the piece of his soul with something else. That soul has to have chakra, it has to be compatible to the human body, and it has to be sentient, so really the only thing we could replace Orochimaru's soul with is a demon. Sarutobi finished for the boy, making Naruto nod. Anko's eyes widened. So you're telling me that I have to either be attached to Orochimaru forever or I become a demon? Anko yelled. Naruto went wide-eyed at her words. Naruto closed his eyes and turned his back on the girl. So she thinks I'm a demon too, damn it, I should have known. Naruto looked over at Sarutobi and whispered, or a Jinchuriki at Naruto's words. Sarutobi's eyes widened. What are you talking about, Naruto-kun? Have you lost your mind? Sarutobi yelled, making Naruto chuckle. No, Gigi, I'm still saying I'm just tired. I'm tired of the looks, I'm tired of the whispers, but most of all I'm tired of being called a demon. I figure this is a nice little way of redemption, don't you think? Naruto said with a fake smile. Sarutobi glared at the boy. No, I'll not allow you to do it, Sarutobi yelled, making Naruto chuckle. I'm afraid, Gigi, you don't have power over this one. After all, it only takes one person to do it, Naruto responded. Kurenai looked on in confusion. What only takes one? What won't you allow him to do? Kurenai asked in confusion. Sarutobi clenched his fist in anger while Naruto gave a very fake smile. I'm going to seal myself into Anko-san's curse seal. Because of the kyubi, my chakra will be enough to keep her alive, and I can push all my knowledge of seals into her so that maybe one day she can find a way to remove that. As far as Naruto got before a hard palm to the side of his face stopped him. Looking at the perpetrator, Naruto raised his eyebrow in confusion. There, standing with her head down, her bangs covering her eyes, was Anko. Don't ever talk like that. Don't ever talk like that, you hear me? Anko yelled, whipping her head up, showing the tears in her eyes. Naruto glared slightly at her. Why not? This works out rather well for all of us. I don't get harassed by the village, you aren't attached to Orochimaru anymore, and you aren't a demon like me, so another slap cut him off. You're not a demon, damn it, Anko said, making Naruto turn away from her. That's not what you said not even 10 minutes ago, Anko-san, Naruto said. Anko dropped her head at that. Naruto was about to turn to the Hokage and finish his explanation when he felt two strong feminine arms wrap around him from behind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that, I'm just upset that I can't be free of this fucking brand he put on me. It's like he owns me, Anko whispered, making Naruto sigh. Turning in her arms, Naruto wrapped his arms around her. I know you didn't, it's just that after a while it gets to a guy, Naruto said, only to go wide-eyed, as her words sunk in. Anko-san, what did you just say? Naruto asked Anko to look up at him in confusion and sadness. It's like he owns me, Anko said, making Naruto nod. Yes, and before that? Naruto pursued, making Anko sigh. I can't be free of this fucking brand he put on me, Anko said, making Naruto smile widely, and his eyes shined with understanding. Anko-san, let me go. I think I have an idea, Naruto said while lightly pushing against the girl. The woman released the boy, and watched, as he unrolled the other end of the scroll on the floor, showing another seal. Anko watched, as Naruto stared at the seal, and started muttering to himself. Of course, why didn't I think of it before? While the actual seal is the flame-like pattern, the mark is just that, a mark. He's branding people, that bastard, but how to get rid of it? This is unlike any fuck, Naruto yelled with fire and anger showing in his eyes. This display of emotion and outburst scared everyone in the room. That's why the civilian people feel uncomfortable around her. I should have seen it before, but how to remove it? If I use the cleansing seal in conjunction with the purity seal, tie it all together with the backlash seal, that should make a nasty little surprise for the bastard, Naruto mumbled to himself, making Anko gain a tick on her forehead. Brat, what are you mumbling about? Anko yelled, making Naruto smile at her. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. But thanks to you, Anko-san, I think I just found a way to get rid of that brand on your neck. Stop the civilians from feeling uneasy around you, and give that snake bastard a nice little present, Naruto explained, making Anko raise an eyebrow. Okay, I'm confused, I thought you said you can't get rid of the seal? Anko asked, making Naruto chuckle. No, Anko-san, I can't get rid of the seal, but I can get rid of that brand on the back of your neck. You see, the seal itself is actually unnoticeable. However, that thing on your neck is a demonic mating mark, Naruto said, making Anko pale. Is there any way out of it? Anko asked, making Naruto smile. Should a demon, Jinchuriki, or demon container apply it? No. However, should a demonic mating mark be applied by a human, it just makes weaker people feel uncomfortable around the person wearing it. And also it acts as a beacon to the person who gave it to you. Luckily, I have just the thing. So please take off your hold on, Naruto said, and then turned towards the older male in the room. Gigi, I love you, old man. But get the hell out, Naruto said, shooting the old man out of his own office. Turning back towards the two kunoichi, Naruto gave his patented foxy smile. Okay, now that the old perv is gone, I'm going to need you to take off your trench coat and your shirt, Naruto said, drawing a glare from Kurenai. Seeing the look, Naruto chuckled. Calm yourself, Yuhi-san, I'm not going to do anything perverted. However, this array will take up more space than I have unless Anko-san wants to shave her head, Naruto said, making Kurenai sigh and Anko chuckle. Naruto turned his back, as the snake mistress slowly shucked her coat and shirt. Okay, Brad, I'm naked now, what? Anko said, making Naruto turn and chuckle. All I want you to do is kneel down with the mark facing me, and I'll do the rest. Anko nodded at his explanation, and kneeled down. Naruto knelt down behind the woman, and pulled out his calligraphy set. Anko couldn't help but shiver when she felt the sealer's ink-covered brush touch the skin of her neck. Anko could feel it, as Naruto made every stroke and curve of his brush on her skin. Naruto put the last stroke on his seal, and sighed. Leaning back, Naruto took a good look at his seal to make sure nothing was missing. Kurenai looked over his shoulder, and grew confused at the seal. There on Anko's naked back was what looked like a caduceus, one of the snakes that wrapped around the symbol of healing, sealed to be branching off and attacking the seal. The other snake rested lazily atop one of the wings with a rose held lovingly in its jaws. Kurenai looked at the seal in confusion. I've never seen any seal that looks like this, Kurenai said, making Naruto chuckle. Yes, sorry about that, I have a habit of hiding my seals inside of pictures and art unless it's a very complex array, Naruto said, making Kurenai raise an eyebrow. Naruto chuckled at the woman's look. I've always thought that should someone have a seal placed on them, everyone who meets them shouldn't have to know it. So instead I hide simple ones like the one I'm doing now in designs, because for the next 24 hours the seal is going to have to stay on her body. After it finishes its accomplishment, it will return to being ink, and will wash away like it was nothing, Naruto explained, making Kurenai nod, but still did not understand it. Leaning in towards Anko's ear, Naruto whispered, Okay, it's done now, all I have to do is activate it. I'm not going to lie, I don't know if this will hurt or not, so please brace yourself. Anko nodded, and shivered at the boy's whisper. Smiling at the violet-haired woman, Naruto placed his palm on the mark, and started pushing chakra into it. Anko shivered, as she felt a burning sensation run through her body. Anko gasped right after the burning sensation of pleasure shot through her. Naruto smiled, as he saw 2 parts of his seal bleed to a glowing blue. letting out one more pulse of chakra. Naruto smiled, as he saw the mark fade to nothing, as the last part of his array bled to a glowing pulsating blue. As Naruto lifted his hand from the girl's neck, Anko hunched forward, and hugged herself shivering. Naruto picked up the women's trench coat from over the arm of a chair, where she laid it, and draped it across her shoulders. Naruto knelt down next to the woman, and smiled. "It's gone, Anko-san, you aren't mated to that bastard anymore," Naruto said softly. Naruto's eyes widened, as the woman jumped into his chest, wrapped her arms around him, and cried. Naruto smiled, and rubbed her back lightly. "That's right, Anko-san, from now on the villagers won't feel uncomfortable around you, and you are invisible to Orochimaru's radar. You're almost free," Naruto said, making Anko smile happily into the boy's chest. Kurenai gave the boy a speculating look. "Uzumaki, how did you remove that mark?" Kurenai asked, slightly worried about her friend. Seeing the look in the woman's ruby eyes, Naruto chuckled. "Calm yourself, Yuhi-san, it was just a simple purity and cleansing seal. I did however tie it together with a backlash seal so that the snake bastard gets a nasty little surprise," Naruto explained, making Kurenai give the boy a confused look. "Cleansing seal? Purity seal? Backlash seal? I've never heard of any of those," Kurenai said, making Naruto chuckle and roll his eyes. "Of course you don't have, Yuhi-san, you don't study seals," Naruto said, making Kurenai raise an eyebrow. "What do you mean, Uzumaki? I'm not completely ignorant of seals, you know," Kurenai said, making Naruto raise an eyebrow. "Oh really, Yuhi-san? Then please tell me what are the 3 seals that are used in an Ifuden no Bakuhal, tag of explosion, exploding tag?" Naruto asked Kurenai to give him a stupid look. "The Nifuda no Bakuhal only has 1 seal, kid," Kurenai said, making Naruto shake his head. "And that right there proves you're an amateur at best," Naruto said, making Kurenai glare. "What do you mean? Everyone knows that explosive tags are only made up of 1 seal." Kurenai raged, only to hear a wizened chuckle. Turning towards the chuckle, Kurenai's eyes widened, as the Hokage walked back into the room. "I'm afraid you are wrong, Kurenai-san. You see, what everyone thinks are seals are actually seal arrays. You see, the Nifuda no Bakuhai is actually made up of 3 different seals. The first is the compression seal. This seal compresses the air around the seal into a compact bubble. Then there is the friction seal. This seal increases the friction caused by the molecules, causing high heat around said seal. Finally there is the timing seal. This seal is merely used to delay the reaction of the other seals. When these 3 seals are tied together, they cause the compressed air to heat rapidly, causing pressure to increase. And, as the friction heats enough to light the tag that the seal was written on, destroying the seal, causing all that pressure to try and return to normal, causing a large explosion," Sarutobi explained, making Kurenai's eyes widened. Kurenai looked back at the blonde, her eyes widening immensely. "Then what do those 3 you used on Anko do?" Kurenai asked with curiosity, clearly showing in her voice. Naruto chuckled, and looked down at the now sleeping woman against his chest. "Ha!" cried herself asleep. "Too much excitement, I suppose?" Naruto thought, and then turned back to Kurenai. "The 3 seals I used were the cleansing, purity, and backlash seals. The cleansing seal goes through and cleanses whatever it was put on of all impurities. This is the seal that actually removed the mark from Anko-san's neck. Since the mark showed sickness to Anko's body, the mark destroyed it. This is also the reason that Gigi and Asuma are still healthy from smoking so much. The purity seal will purify and return anything done to the owner's body to the rightful position. It won't make you younger, but it is useful during healing procedures. This will make sure whatever that mark or Orochimaru has damaged, whether that is physical or psychological, the scars should fade relatively fast now. The backlash seal is just something I added because of the shit that the snake bastard has put Anko-san through. You see, the problem with the demonic mating mark is that it is a 2-way path, even the human's bastardized version. What the backlash seal does is trace that seal back to the other end of the path, and forces the pain away from Anko-san and onto the other person. So while Anko-san didn't feel a thing from being ripped away from Orochimaru, the snake bastard felt like his head was splitting open." Naruto explains, his voice gaining a sadistic quality towards the end. Sarutobi chuckled, as he heard his surrogate grandson's explanation. "I should have trusted you with the curse seal from the beginning of Naruto-kun," Sarutobi said, making Naruto smirk. "Of course you should have, an old man. After all, there is only one person in this village right now who has more knowledge on seals, and that's you," Naruto said, making Kurenai give a confused look. Not to be rude or anything, but if Hokage-sama knows more about seals, then why didn't he find out what the curse seal was?" Kurenai asked, making Naruto chuckle. "He tried, Yuhi-san, but you have to understand he couldn't look at the activated seal for 13 days like I did. You also have to understand that our minds work differently. While I love Gigi, his mind is too logical, and if one thing doesn't work then you move on to another. My mind works in a more artistic way of thinking. If one thing doesn't work, fuck logic, and do it again until something happens. You see, I figured out years ago what the curse seal really was, but I just couldn't find a way to prove it. And with Gigi blocking any attempts I had at approaching Anko-san with my theory, I couldn't take that route. Then when Anko-san asked to be my jounin instructor, I jumped at the chance, knowing that I had to find a way for Gigi to allow it. I pissed off Hokage enough so that he would issue me a challenge. As it was issued in his office, Gigi had to set the stakes, and seeing as he didn't know about my Sumiashi, ink foot, taijutsu, he agreed to make Anko-san my sensei, allowing me to present my theory about the fucking seal. Naruto explained, making Kurenai more confused. So wait, you knew Anko had the seal all along, and what are you talking about taijutsu? You never used any taijutsu against the Uchiha, Kurenai said, making Naruto shake his head. Putting the sleeping beauty onto the couch he usually occupies, Naruto turned towards the ruby-eyed woman, and smiled. Of course I knew Anko-san was the one who had the curse seal. I thought I gave enough of a hint when I said that I had information that could be used against her, Naruto explained, surprising Kurenai immensely. Oh, then what about your taijutsu? Kurenai asked with confusion, and curiosity laying heavily in her voice. Naruto chuckled at her confused and knowledge-seeking look. The Sumiashi, my taijutsu, is much like the Hyuga's in a sense. Like the Hyuga, without chakra my style is useless. However, unlike the Hyuga, I don't need a precious bloodline to do mine, and more importantly, unlike the Hyuga and most others, the Sharingan can't copy mine, Naruto explained, making both Kurenai's and Sarutobi's eyes widen. How? Kurenai asked in surprise, making Naruto chuckle. Because the Sharingan is all based on vision, and my taijutsu is all based on what isn't seen, at least not by my opponent, Naruto said, and sat down in a chair. Sarutobi raised an eyebrow. What do you mean, Naruto-kun, when you say at least not by my opponents? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto chuckle. Tell me, old man, do you remember what you told me when you explained the construction seal to me? Naruto asked, slightly confusing the older shinobi. The construction seal is used to form a physical body from the chakra of a summoned animal so that they may appear in this plane, Sarutobi explained, making Naruto smile and nod. That's right, Naruto said, making Sarutobi's eyes widen. What do you mean partially? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto chuckle. Well, yes, you were right, that is what it does, but when you said that, I couldn't help but think that wasn't the only thing the seal could do, and I was right. You see, what the seal actually does is make chakra into a semi-solid substance, which in and of itself is useless because it can't do anything. However, in the case of summoning, this substance is then given a consciousness. The consciousness then forms a shell out of the semi-solid substance, thus creating a summon animal. However, I use the seal in a different manner. In the soles of my boots I have inscribed the construction seal, tying the seal together with a blood seal. Kurenai cut off his explanation here. Wait, blood seals? Aren't those used to seal scrolls? Kurenai asked, making Naruto sigh. No, we call those blood seals because of how we unseal them. However, really all they are is an identification seal tied to a barrier seal. You see, what the actual blood seal does is place a sample of cells, blood, sperm, anything really, in a temporary apparatus, allowing the cells to act as they would in the body, dividing and multiplying. This is also the reason you will never find a blood drive in Konoha like you would in other villages, because of our serious protection of our sealing techniques. Now if you interrupt again, I'm going to have Anko-san spank your pretty little ass when she wakes up, Naruto asked to make Kurenai blush and look at the floor. Naruto smiled at the ruby-eyed woman's blush. Continuing on, using the two seals I'm able to make a semi-solid chakra blood mixture, allowing me to draw seals with my feet. It took me a long time, however I am now able to create seals with my feet while looking at the opponent, Naruto explained, making Sarutobi's and Kurenai's jaws drop. A light feminine chuckle rang out through the room at their faces. Well, now that's quite a resume you have, Naruto-kun. Able to draw seals without a brush, and fighting an opponent, able to figure out and handle the curse seal, and having the Mawaka no Heba train you. I must say, in a year's time when I'm done with you, you'll have to beat girls off with your stick, the voice said, making Naruto chuckle. Oh, and would you be one of those girls, Anko-sama? Naruto asked, making the violet-haired woman chuckle. Nope, after our year together I figure I'll be the one beating you off, Anko said, causing Naruto to smirk. Can I get that in writing, Anko-sama? Naruto asked, making Anko blush, realizing what she said sounded like. After her blush faded, Anko gave the blonde a seductive smile. You keep up like this, brat, and I just may. Now get your cute little ass over here, and get this bastard soul out from this seal, Anko said, making Naruto sigh. Why did I figure you would pick being a demon container over having the snake bastard soul in that damn seal? Naruto said to himself, making Anko smile. Yep, damn right. Now then, how are we going to do this? Anko asked Sarutobi to raise an eyebrow. Yes, Naruto-kun, how are we going to do this? How do you plan to obtain a demon? Let alone control one. I can't very well have another Kyuubi running around destroying things, Sarutobi said, making Naruto sigh. I plan to use a summoning circle, like the type used before the summoning scrolls were invented, and use Kyuubi's chakra. The circle should react to the use of the Bijuu's chakra, and pull from Makai instead of the summoning plane. Naruto explained, making Sarutobi raise an eyebrow. And how do you plan to control said demon? I can't allow you to summon something that could destroy half the village, Sarutobi asked, making Naruto chuckle. Okay, just to let you know, not all demons are as large nor as powerful as Kyuubi actually. Most aren't even half its size. The demon I'm going to summon will have just slightly more power than the curse seal, and be humanoid in nature, Naruto said, making Sarutobi nod his head in understanding. Okay, so what demon are you summoning? Sarutobi asked, making Naruto scratch the back of his head nervously. Well, I'd prefer to leave that one up to Enko-san actually, Naruto said, making the violet-haired woman raise an eyebrow. What does it matter what I have sealed? Enko asked, making Naruto sigh. Enko-san, the way the seal is designed, it will slowly leak demonic, or corrupted chakra into your coils. So whatever demon you have sealed inside of you, you may pick up some of its traits. Take me for example. Because of the fox, I know what the effect of demonic chakra has on certain seals. I also have the whisker marks, a slightly mischievous nature, and knowledge of the mating mark, as well as seduction. Because of him I also have an increase in intelligence, chakra, and ingenuity. You see, Enko-san, the demon that is sealed inside of you does have some effect on you personally, and with your seal being weaker than mine, I don't know how serious the changes can be. Now, it can't do something like make you hate someone or give you a tail or anything, but it can affect a lot of things about your personality, Naruto explained, making Enko go wide-eyed. But I like me just the way I am, Enko yelled, making Naruto chuckle. I figured you would say that, so I did some research, and figured out the 3 demons that would change your personality the least, as well as enhance the skills you hold, Naruto said, making Enko smile. Alright, well, let's hear 'em, Enko said, making Naruto chuckle. Well, the first is the succubus. Contrary to popular belief, this creature isn't an easy lay. Succubi thrive on sexual energy, so they enjoy teasing people and getting them riled up. However, they very rarely ever actually go to bed with said person. The succubi are masters of seduction, the power of suggestion, and illusions. The next is the vampiress. This female vampire has a bloodthirsty nature, and enjoys battle. They enjoy the taste of blood, the feeling of power, and fighting. The vampiress specializes in stealth, illusions, and scare tactics. And finally, Naruto said, his voice was fading out, causing those in the room to raise an eyebrow. Finally, what is Naruto-kun? Sarutobi asked with a concern showing clearly in his voice. Naruto took a deep breath before continuing. And finally, we have the kitsune. Although I only have a limited amount of knowledge on the other 2, this one I have extensive knowledge on. Kitsune are tricksters by nature. They have a very mischievous mind. They enjoy causing slight panic and worry, but not necessarily harm to anyone. Kitsune are masters of illusion, seduction, deception, and are known for their massive amount of stamina. Kitsune uses their natural beauty in battle to distract the enemy and cause them an easy win. This is not to say that they are pushovers without using deception. Kitsune are naturally agile and swift, hence the reason you will never see me trying to overpower my opponent. They use these abilities to get inside the opponent's guard, get in their hit or kill, and then escape. The illusions that the kitsune use would make the ones used by you and Kurenai look like a puppet show. Kitsune, however, do have a slight kleptomaniac tendency to take anything they want. They are also very protective of anything they feel belongs to them. The last thing you ever do is steal something from a kitsune, Naruto explained, making everyone else's jaw drop. Enko stood there in shock. Can I think about it? Enko asked, making Naruto smile. Naruto laid his hand on the older woman's shoulder. Take all the time you need, Enko-san, just have Gigi summon me when I'm needed, Naruto said, making Enko smile softly. I'll have it figured out by tomorrow, but I just need to think about it. Meet me tomorrow at 10, and I'll tell you my decision. By your leave, old man? Enko asked, only to get a nod from the Hokage. Enko left the office with Kurenai on her heels. Looking to the closed door that the 2 older women walked through, Naruto sighed. I never should have told her the choices, Naruto said softly, causing Sarutobi to chuckle. Oh, Naruto-kun, and why not? The elderly man asked, making Naruto glare. She doesn't know what it's like having people hate you for something out of your control. Now that that mark is off of her, the villagers will start treating her like every other shinobi. When they find out about her, Naruto couldn't even finish, causing Sarutobi to look at the blonde, regret showing in his eyes. Then we'll have to make sure that no one finds out about her now, won't we? Sarutobi said, making Naruto's eyes go wide. So you're not going to announce that she has a demon sealed inside of her? Naruto asked in amazement. Sarutobi chuckled, and raised an eyebrow. What are you talking about, Naruto-kun? The only thing I saw was that you were able to remove the mark on the back of Midarashi Anko's neck. It shall be recorded, as such. Now then, I have a meeting tomorrow morning that I'm afraid may take all day, so the office is yours. Please don't make a mess of it. Demon sealed inside of her has quite the imagination, Naruto-kun, Sarutobi said with a sly smile showing on his face. Naruto gave a smirk at Sarutobi's smile, and chuckled. You are one deceitful and conniving old man. Did you know that? Naruto said, making Sarutobi raise an eyebrow. I have no idea what you mean, Naruto-kun. After all, I'm stuck under the council's thumb, and can't do anything without going through the right paperwork. Sarutobi responded by making Naruto roll his eyes. Naruto chuckled at the older man, and walked towards the door. Standing in the doorway of the Hokage's office, Naruto cocked his head back, and said, I'll expect my pay in my account 2 days from now. Naruto said, making Sarutobi raise an eyebrow. What does Naruto-kun pay? Sarutobi asked, only to get a sly smile from the blonde. Reaching into the kunai pouch attached to his pants, Naruto pulled out a small scroll. Tossing it over his shoulder towards the Hokage, Naruto walked out, and closed the door. Sarutobi caught the scroll, and unrolled it. Looking at what was on it, Sarutobi couldn't help but chuckle. Open A rank mission. To any and all seal users out there, if you are able to procure any reasonable and provable information about the curse seal made by Orochimaru, then you will receive an A rank mission pay if you are able to tell us. What is it? What does it do? How to stop it? An A rank mission pay will be awarded for each of these answers. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi read this with a smile. However, he couldn't help but burst out laughing as he read the small note Naruto left at the bottom. I always get what I want. You taught me how to do that, you old monkey. Naruto. Stepping out of the Hokage tower, Naruto couldn't help but snicker as he saw the glare sent his way by one of the civilian councilmen who stood at his shop across the street. That's right, civilians, keep playing your little games. Keep thinking you're top dog, because when you aren't useful anymore, the old monkey decides to cut your strings. I hope I'm there to watch. Naruto thought with a malevolent smile. A blonde-haired man walked through the halls of the Hokage tower, his nose and thoughts buried deep within a small black book. As the man approached the entrance to the Hokage's office, a feminine voice floated through his ears. Uzumaki-san, you have 2 women waiting for you in the Hokage's office. The blonde looked up from his book and smiled at the voluptuous brunette 23-year-old who sat behind the secretary's desk right outside the Hokage's office. Thank you, Ai-san. Would you please hold all of the old man's meetings today, as he will not be here, and I have my own to attend to? The blonde asked, making the woman smile sweetly at the blonde. Sure thing, hun. Anything else? Ai asked, making the blonde chuckle. No, Ai-san, that is all, although you will be the first to know if I do. The blonde responded, making the woman smile and nod. Naruto couldn't help but reminisce slightly about his relationship with Ai. When Naruto first started his lessons with Sarutobi all those years ago, the girl was just a page to one of the councilmen, and nothing more. Naruto saw her regularly as she arrived with the man's information on crops and storage to the Hokage's office. About a year and a half into Naruto's teachings, the poor girl didn't show. Naruto remembered Sarutobi gaining a dark look, and told Naruto to go look for the girl. Naruto found the poor girl being held against the wall by said councilman, her clothes shredded, and his pants around his ankles. Naruto remembers learning 2 things that day. One is that 100,000 volts of electricity going through the testicles causes impotency, and 2 is that when applying the Nafuda no Reika lets go of the opponent before activating it. Naruto couldn't help but shudder when he remembered having to apply that particular tag. After that day, Sarutobi made her his secretary to make sure nothing happens to the poor girl. You okay, hun? Ai asked in a worried voice, making Naruto shake himself out of his reverence. Smile slightly at the woman, Naruto chuckled. Nah, I'm content, just reminiscing about the day you acquired your new career. Naruto responded by making the brunette give him a seductive smile. That's right, you saved me all that time ago. You know now that you have that headband it isn't illegal if we were to, she said in a teasing voice. Naruto chuckled and rolled his eyes. I have work to do now, Ai-san, Naruto said, and continued on his way towards the office. The brunette beauty pouted. You're no fun, the woman said, making Naruto chuckle and enter the office. Entering the office, Naruto closed his book with a quick snap and looked at the 2 women who sat before him. One held black hair and ruby-like eyes. The other possessed violet hair held up in a spiky ponytail and pupilless golden eyes. Naruto smiled slightly at the 2 women. Hello, Anko-san. Yuhi-san, what is it that brings you around the office this early in the morning? Naruto asked playfully. Anko glared lightly at the blonde-haired seal user. You know exactly why we're here, brat, Anko said with anxiety in her voice, causing Naruto to chuckle. Yes, I suppose I do, Naruto replied while walking towards his regular couch. Flopping down on the couch, Naruto smirked. So Anko-san, have you made your verdict? Anko looked down at the blonde, and smirked. Of course I have, brat, Anko said, making Naruto chuckle. Oh, and which will it be? Naruto inquired with a raised eyebrow. Anko breathed deeply to calm herself. I chose Kitsune, Anko said, making Naruto sigh. You couldn't have chosen one of the other two, and made my life easy, huh? Naruto questioned, making Anko smirk. Well, you only knew a small amount about the other two, and better the devil you know than the devil you don't, Anko said, making Naruto chuckle. To be true, Anko-san, Naruto responded with a small smirk. Standing from his place on the couch, Naruto reached into his single black case, and pulled out a tag. Biting his thumb, Naruto spread blood onto the tag, and with a small poof of chakra smoke a scroll appeared. As Naruto unrolled the scroll, the two women raised an eyebrow. There on the scroll were two circles, one slightly larger than the other, surrounding 4 pentagrams. Between the two circles was a bunch of strange unidentified symbols. The pentagrams were set into 4 points, with the top point of the pentagram pointing inwards. The top points were connected with 4 lines forming a square in the center. In the center of the square was a swirl similar to the one in the center of the Shiki Fuin. Naruto smirked as he examined the summoning circle. Naruto looked up at the girls. Are you sure you want to do this, Anko-san? This is your last chance. After it is summoned, only it can decide when it'll go back? Naruto asked Anko to give a sexy little smirk. Just summon the freaking fox brat, Anko responded by making Naruto smile. Naruto placed his hands on the circle, making it emit an ominous red glow. Jutsu, Maru no Kuchios, Kitsune, Sealing Technique, Circle of Summoning Fox, Naruto whispered while pushing the Kyuubi's chakra into the circle. As the Bijuu's chakra was sucked into the sealing array, a blinding flash erupted from the circle. The 2 out of 3 inhabitants of the office stared in amazement. As the blinding light died down, 2 silver eyes stared in confusion at the sudden change in scenery and company. One moment she was in the court hall being charged for attacking the princess, after the princess took what belonged to her. Now, however, she stood in a strange office staring at 2 awestruck females, and 1 delicious-smelling male. Quickly taking the 2 females into account, the eyes dismissed them as not being of any threats. Looking over towards the male, a smile drew its way onto the face of the owner of the silver eyes. The blonde-haired male had an air of confidence and intelligence about him. Just by looking at him, the eyes could tell he was the one who had drawn them here. What am I doing here? And where exactly is human? A clearly feminine, naturally seductive voice asked. The owner of the voice was a female with long silver hair that stopped just above her firm behind. The woman had hypnotic silver eyes that stared out through her bangs. She wore a kimono of the purest black that showed off her voluptuous chest and wide hips. The woman also had 2 silver tails that swayed behind her in a hypnotic fashion. Anko glared as the girl spoke. You're here to growl and cut Anko off. I wasn't talking to you, Snake. I was speaking to the male, the silver-haired woman said with a strangely seductive anger to her voice. Anko glared angrily at the silver-haired woman and raised her right arm. Before Anko could get any techniques off, Naruto chuckled and opened up his black book again. Calm yourself, Anko-san. There is no reason to fight. Now then, miss, to answer your question, you are, right now, sitting in the Hokage's office of Fire Country in the human realm, Naruto explained without bringing his eyes up from his book. The silver-haired woman smiled sexily at the blonde and sauntered towards him. Anko and Kurenai were about to intervene, only to stop at the sight of a quick flick of Naruto's hand. Upon reaching the boy, the silver-haired beauty reached up and dragged her clawed finger across the center whisker mark on his right cheek. Oh? So tell me, what is it I'm here for? Did you summon me to make me your pet? The woman asked, and pressed her body against the boy, pushing the boy's book into his chest. Naruto sighed and took 1 step back from the woman. Please don't do that again. I just reached the good part in my book, Naruto explained, making the silver-haired beauty go wide-eyed. What? She asked for confusion, showing clearly in her voice. Naruto rolled his eyes and sighed. I asked you not to press yourself against me again, as I have reached a rather enjoyable part in my book, Naruto said without looking up from his book. The silver-haired seductress glared at the blonde. Are you telling me that the book that you hold is more interesting than mine? Am I not pretty enough? I was always told I was ugly, but the woman said with tears showing in her eyes. Naruto chuckled at the woman. Do you really assume I'm dim Kitsune? I know all about your ability to seduce men? Naruto inquired, making the silver-haired beauty glare at the boy. So you know? How? The woman asked with that same seductive anger. Naruto gave a knowing smirk, but never raised his eyes. Don't be impudent, of course I knew. That is one of the reasons I'm not permitting you to come nearer to me, Naruto said, making the silver-tailed Kitsune smirk at him. Oh, and how do you know I was trained in seduction and not battle? The woman inquired, making Naruto chuckle. Don't try to deceive me. I knew the second you stepped out of that circle that you had seduction training. You don't walk, you glide. Once you saw me, your face gained confidence that you already controlled the situation, but finally the surprise and confusion you held when I stepped back was what really gave you away. Although I must ask, why is it that you have that seal on your wrist? Naruto asked in a monotonous voice. The silver-haired beauty glared at the boy. It's not a seal, it's just a tattoo, you impudent little whelp. Kitsune growled, making Naruto roll his eyes. Again you take me for a fool. From what I saw of it, it was a mercy seal tied to several other interesting things, Naruto said, making the woman give the blonde an inquisitive look. Mercy seal? Are you an idiot? This is an execution seal? The woman growled in anger. Naruto chuckled, and snapped his book closed. Reaching out, Naruto grabbed the woman's wrist, and turned it to show an intricate array of seals. Studying the seals for a minute, Naruto chuckled again. Shady work. Whoever crafted this had no idea what they were doing. Naruto said more to himself than anything else. The silver-haired woman couldn't help but get excited, as the blonde-haired boy took command, and showed great intelligence. The woman couldn't help but purr, as Naruto slowly traced the seal with his finger. As all of this was happening with the two, Anko glared in anger. Kurenai raised an eyebrow, as she saw the anger being portrayed on her friend's face. Anko? What's the matter? Kurenai whispered to her friend. Anko glared harder at the silver-haired vixen. How can he be so careless? He just said that she was a seductress, so why is he touching her? Look at her purring like a little slut, Anko whispered back angrily. Kurenai raised an eyebrow at her friend's response. Naruto lifted his finger from the vixen's seal, and smirked. Well, I can understand why they'd call it an execution seal, but I can't imagine for the life of me why they have it set up the way it is, Naruto said, drawing a sexy smile from the silver-haired woman. Oh, and why not? The woman asked in a seductive way. Naruto dropped her wrist, and rubbed his chin. It's strange they have a mercy seal tied to a timing seal along with a sedative seal, but there is no targeting seal. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, without the targeting seal, the mercy seal is just a torture device, unless Naruto mumbled to himself, trying to figure the reason for the seal arrangement. Excuse me, but what are you talking about? Mercy seal? Timing seal? I really don't know anything at all about these stupid drawings, the silver-haired beauty said, drawing a glare from the blonde. Watch it or else you'll find out exactly why you don't want this seal activated. Naruto warned the vixen to put on a seductive pout. You wouldn't hurt a beautiful woman like me, would you? She said in a hurt voice. Naruto snorted, and rolled his eyes. Please don't insult me, ma'am. Just because you are beautiful doesn't mean you aren't dangerous, and thus I have no qualms about harming you, Naruto said, making the woman glare. Fine, then tell me about these drawings, the vixen ordered. Naruto growled slightly. First of all, they are seals, not drawings. Anyway, a seal master long ago for his dying and vegetated wife made the mercy seal so that he could humanely end her life. The seal works by completely frying the nerves in the body. The seal is almost always attached to a targeting seal so that it fries the brain first, because without it the seal could fry any nerve first, and go from there, causing the victim to have unimaginable pain. I can only imagine that whoever placed that seal on you wanted you to feel pain, and wanted no one else to know it, Naruto explained, making the vixen raise an eyebrow. What makes you say that? She asked, making Naruto sigh. Well, the sedative seal would be a good indication. The seal is, in essence, just a very strong sedative. However, hospitals would rather have the chemicals instead of seals because the chemicals do not take chakra to use, Naruto explained, making the vixen's jaw drop. So you mean the bastard that put this on me wanted me to suffer? The vixen yelled, making Naruto sigh. Yes, I do believe that is what I said, but the real question is why? Why would they place a seal like this on you? I'm curious, could you have done something that they didn't agree with? If so, then it seems we have a choice to make now, doesn't it? Naruto said, opening his book. The vixen glared at the blonde. What do you mean by choice? What choice? The silver-haired beauty asked Naruto to smile in his book. Well, obviously that seal was placed by a government official. That means that you did something to piss someone high up off. So do we proceed with what we were going to do, or do we activate that seal and deliver your punishment? Decisions, Naruto said in a pondering voice, making the woman go wide-eyed. No, please, you can't do that. You don't even know what I did. Why would you torture me without even knowing what I did? The woman yelled frantically, making Naruto shrug nonchalantly. Who am I to argue with the customs of other beings? I'm no god, nor do I wish to be one. So really killing you is one of the only options, Naruto said, flipping a page in his book. The vixen got frantic at this. No, please, I can't die yet. Not after what that bitch did. Please, I'll do anything to live, please, the vixen pleaded, making Naruto snap his book shut and look the kitsune in the eyes. Tell me, Fox, what is your name? Naruto asked, calming the fox's franticness slightly. Shirobashippo, Silvertail. The vixen replied, drawing a slight smile from Naruto. Well, Shiro-san, I think that I have a way to keep you from dying, and avoid any backlash from the Kitsune clan, Naruto said, making the vixen jump him in happiness. Sitting in the blonde's lap, the silver-haired vixen pulled the boy into a firm kiss. Naruto went wide-eyed, as the older woman pulled him into a firm kiss that relayed every emotion the Kitsune was feeling at the moment. Off in the side of the room, Anko was fuming. What the fuck are you doing, brat? You said she was a seductress who pushed her off, Anko whispered in anger, making Kurenai look at the woman in concern. Anko-chan? Are you alright? You seem really pissed? Kurenai asked, drawing a slight growl from the violet-haired woman. I'm fine, Kure-chan. Why wouldn't I be? Anko said with strain in her voice, making Kurenai mentally sigh. No reason for Anko-chan, Kurenai said, and then turned to look at Kitsune sitting in Naruto's lab, whose hands seemed to have found their way up into his shirt. No reason at all, Kurenai whispered in slight confusion. Naruto was able to quickly regain his bearings when the vixen pulled back to breath, calmly pushing her off of him, and into a standing position. Naruto sighed. I do believe I asked you to stop doing stuff like that? Naruto asked, making the vixen blush a pretty red. Sorry about that, it's just God, you smell good, the vixen said, making Naruto raise an eyebrow. Thank you. I think Naruto responded by making the woman giggle. Oh, believe me, it was very much a compliment. If we were alone, my God, I would give you the ride of your life, the woman explained, making Naruto blush. Well, as tempting as that is, I believe we were discussing the way in which you can still live, and yet we don't get any repercussions from your higher-ups, Naruto said, getting things back on track. Okay, so how do we do that? Shiro asked, making Naruto smile. Do you see that violet-haired woman over there? Naruto asked, pointing to Anko. Shiro nodded, making Naruto smirk. It just so happens that she has a seal on her, as well. However, unlike you, we cannot remove her seal or else she will die, Naruto explained, making Shiro raise an eyebrow. Okay, and how does this help me? She asked cautiously. You see, the seal she has on her is a variation of the Shiki Fuin. That being said, the soul that is sealed inside of her is malevolent. It tries to harm her whenever she is forced to use it, and it acts up every once in a while. What I'm asking of you is to allow me to seal you inside that seal, allowing you and her inhabit the same body. You will feel what she feels, hear what she hears, etc., 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 or we could activate the seal, killing you horribly, and send your body back to the rest of your clan. Your choice, really? Naruto said in his typical bored voice. The vixen studied the blonde, and then chuckled solemnly. I guess I really don't have a choice, huh? Shiro said, causing Naruto to smile sadly and shake his head. I'm afraid not, if you want to continue to at least experience life, and maybe one day get back at whoever it was that had placed that seal on you, Naruto explained, making the silver-haired beauty smile, and running a knuckle across the blonde's cheek. Are you sure I couldn't convince you some other way to just let me be free? The seductress asked, only to sigh, as Naruto smirked, and shook his head. I'm afraid not, Shiro-san, Naruto said, making the woman sigh again. Damn well, looks like I'm stuck with the snake then, Shiro said, making Naruto chuckle and shake his head. Could you at least try and get along with her? Naruto asked, gaining a smirk from the silver-haired woman. Naruto shook his head in disbelief. Whatever I need from you, Anko-san, is for you to remove your jacket and activate the seal, Naruto explained, gaining a confused and slightly angry look from the snake charmer. What are you talking about, brat? Why do I have to activate the fucking thing? Anko said with menacingly. Naruto sighed at the woman. I need you to activate the seal, Anko-san, because with it in an inactive state I can't force Shiro-san to merge with the seal and expel Orochimaru from it. If I were to merge Shiro-san with the seal in its inactive state, it would just be like adding a second seal to you. This would force your coils to undergo another change and kill you, Naruto explained, making Anko lose her confused look, but still maintain her anger. Fine, brat, but it might take a minute, Anko said, making Naruto smile and nod. As the feeling of violent chakra erupted into the room, Naruto turned towards the silver-haired demon. Now then, your part is easy. When Anko-san has the curse seal fully activated, I need you to go up and push all of your chakra into the seal's origin point, which is located on the back of her neck. Do you understand? Naruto asked, making the woman smile and nod. Naruto smiled and stepped closer to the woman. If I find out that you tried anything to my sensei before or after you are merged with the seal, I'll make you wish it was the mercy seal I activated. Do I make myself clear? Naruto whispered menacingly. The silver-haired woman smiled at the blonde. Don't worry, sweetie, I ain't going to hurt your sensei, the woman said, making Naruto smirk. Make sure you don't, Naruto said, and then turned back to Anko. Naruto watched as the flame-like marks twisted across the violet-haired woman's skin in a dangerous and hypnotic fashion. Naruto smiled at this only for Anko to growl in anger. "Not what you fucking brat," Anko said, the rage showing in her voice, causing Naruto to smile. "Just turn around, and brace yourself for any changes that occur," Naruto said, making the trench coat-wearing snake charmer turn away from the boy. Naruto looked at Shiro, and flicked his head towards Anko, causing the silver-haired vixen to nod, and walk over to the snake charmer. Kurenai watched, as the fox grabbed the back of Anko's neck, and a silver aura erupted around her, and slowly seeped into the red flames that showed on Anko's body. Her red eyes widened in shock, as she saw the violent red slowly bled to a calming bluish-silver color. Anko could feel that calming confident energy, as it slid its way into the flame-like markings. She could feel the malicious feeling of Orochimaru recede, and become replaced with the feeling of control. This energy made her feel like everything was under her control, and that with the right words she could obtain anything she wanted. Shiro couldn't believe the feeling she was having right now. She could feel new strength entering her muscles. As she heard the blonde behind her shift, she reached for her thigh, and noticed that should she have been in the other woman's body, she would have reached into the weapon holster at her side. Shiro could feel the knowledge of fighting an opponent shoot through her mind, making her feel as if she could take on the world. Naruto smiled, as he saw the last flame turn into pulsating calming silver. Reaching into the kunai pouch at his side, Naruto pulled out a fingerless glove with a metal plate on the back of it. On the plate was inscribed a very small, but complex sealing array. Pulling on the glove, Naruto cracked his knuckles, and stepped up behind the silver-haired vixen. Naruto grabbed the woman on the back of the neck, and started channeling chakra into the plate on the back of the glove. Fuin Jutsu, Reikon Kiriki, Sealing Technique, Soul Exchange, Naruto yelled, and pushed the glove into the neck of the woman, causing a light to encompass the three. As the light died down, Kurenai looked over at her friend only to gasp at the sight. Standing before her was Anko without a doubt. However, there were some subtle changes that all her friends, and all straight males, will notice. First was the fact that her bust seemed to perk more than it did before, making them look larger, and their shape was perfect. The second was that her ass was now perfectly toned with just a subtle bounce to it that would make eyes become drawn to it. Finally, however, as Anko stood there, she portrayed an aura of control and power one would expect from a Sannin or a Kage. Naruto was also taking in Anko's new form, and although he noticed her seemingly perfect form, Naruto's eyes, however, were drawn to the look of freedom and delight showing in the woman's eyes. Naruto smiled at the look the kunoichi now held, and then pulled the glove from his hand. Placing the glove on the Hokage's desk, Naruto quickly grabbed a loose piece of paper, and explained what it was. Seeing this action, Kurenai asked, "Uzumaki-san, what is inscribed on that glove?" This question drew Anko's attention, making her turn towards the blonde. Naruto looked at the women, and smiled. "Well, Yuhi-san, inscribed on this glove was a stasis seal, an exchange seal, a barrier seal, and a containment seal. Using those 4 seals I was able to switch Shiro-san with Orochimaru's soul, and then simultaneously trap and imprison said soul into this glove," Naruto explained, making the women raise an eyebrow. "Okay brat, fine. But how exactly does that work?" Anko said, showing an amazing amount of confidence. Naruto smiled at that. "First we have the exchange seal. This seal is the predecessor of the Kawarimi, substitution. Using this I was able to allow Shiro-san to switch with the soul that she had connected her chakra to at the time. Second we have the stasis seal. This seal places whatever it is placed on to go into a stasis. The third is the barrier seal. Without this seal tied to the stasis seal it would have been me, and not Orochimaru's soul in stasis. What the barrier seal does is create a barrier around whatever it is placed on. This seal is very versatile because it takes other seals, and makes them the rules for the barrier. Because of the 2 seals I had tied to it, the barrier became one of containment and stasis. Last is the containment seal. The containment seal is used to trap something into another object, usually an object into a seal. Using this I trapped Orochimaru's soul into the glove, and with his soul in stasis it is of no use," Naruto explained, making Anko smirk. "I'm lucky to at least have a competent genin." Anko thought only to hear a voice enter her head. Yes, and the fact that he couldn't possibly get any sexier doesn't hurt either. Anko's eyes went wide when she heard that. "What are you talking about, Fox? He's 13 for God's sake," Anko responded, making the fox almost purr. "Does it matter? God, can you imagine the chase that boy would give? I mean, he pushed me away. Me? I've never seen a man that could resist me, and then this boy acts as if I'm some type of common courtesan. God, I want him," Shiro said, making Anko mentally glare at the silver-haired fox. "Well, what you want is a mute point, Fox, so get over it," Anko said, making Shiro snort and retreat into the back of her mind. Naruto looked at the 2 women, as Anko seemed to stare into space, and Kurenai looked at Anko in worry. Naruto gave out a sigh, and opened his book. If there is nothing else then ladies I would like to return to my apartment, and rest, as those were some rather complex arrays, and I have hardly obtained any sleep, Naruto explained, and started towards the door. Seeing this Anko stopped him. Meet me tomorrow at the gates to training ground 44 at 10 o'clock in the morning. Got it, brat? Anko said, making Naruto nod, and continue on his trek home. The next day comes at 10 p.m. We find Anko and Kurenai sitting in their favorite dango shop. I'm being serious about Kure-chan. I've never felt more at home in this village until today. I mean everywhere I go I keep getting looks of interest from guys, and I'm not talking about the I wanna fuck you looks I usually get. I mean full-blown I wonder if she's single looks. When I walked into the tailor to get one of my trench coats repaired this morning I was actually apologized to by a civilian for the way they treated me before. Is this how you get treated all the time? I can see why you love this village so much, Anko exclaimed, making Kurenai chuckle. That's great, Anko-chan. Your meeting with Uzumaki-san must have been pretty short this morning if you were able to get all that in today, Kurenai said, making Anko stop and widen her eyes slightly. Kurenai saw this and glared at her friend slightly. Anko-chan? How did your meeting with Uzumaki go this morning? You never did tell me? Kurenai said, making Anko chuckle nervously. It went fine at Kure-chan. Just fine, but I suddenly remembered I had to do something later, Anko yelled, and shot out of the shop. Anko ran frantically around the village looking for the blonde-haired genius. Anko checked the ramen shop, the Hokage's office, and his apartment. After running around the village for 2 hours looking for the blonde, Anko decided to head home and hope for the best tomorrow. As she walked by the forest of death, as it was 20 feet from her house, a bored voice spoke. 14 hours 13 minutes, and 56 seconds. Well, you beat Hataki's record by at least half a day. Impressive. Turning towards the voice, Anko went wide-eyed as she saw the white-clad genius lying in a branch reading his book. Anko smiled and ran towards the boy. Hey brat, you're still here, good. Listen about today, Anko started only for the same bored voice to cut her off. There is no reason to explain yourself to Mitarashi-san. You were out enjoying your newfound freedom. You are free of your seal, your mark, and your past. Why shouldn't you celebrate? Naruto said, and slammed his book shut. Standing up on top of the branch he was sitting on, Naruto slid his book into the pouch at his side. Naruto turned away from Anko and frowned. You are one of them now, Mitarashi-san. It will probably be best if you stay with your kind, Naruto said, and then disappeared into the dark. Anko reached out to stop him seconds too late, as the blonde left her alone. The next morning Anko stood pacing in front of the entrance to training ground 44, the forest of death, with a worried look adorning her face. Where is he? Anko yelled into the empty expanse of the forest. Anko stiffened slightly when she felt a slightly ominous shiver go down her spine. Mitarashi-san, a voice said from behind the snake charmer. Turning towards the voice, Anko went wide-eyed as she saw the rabbit mask of the shinobi. Yeah, what the hell do you do? Anko snapped, showing her sharpened teeth. The rabbit masked, and you didn't even flinch. You are ordered to report to Hokage-sama's office immediately, the Umbu said monotonously, and then disappeared into the shadows of the forest. Anko glared at the empty space that the Umbu used to occupy. What the hell could the old man want now? Anko asked, and then jumped towards the Hokage's tower. Passing through the window into the Hokage's office, Anko gave a wide grin. Hey geezer, what is it you want? Anko asked loudly, only to be met with a cold glare. Anko takes a seat. We have much to talk about, Hiruzen said in a very businesslike tone, sending a shiver down Anko's spine. Anko's eyes widened as a bored voice echoed throughout the office. Go easy on her, old man. It wasn't that big of a deal. Turning towards the voice, Anko smiled widely. There, sitting on the couch in his typical white ensemble, was Uzumaki Naruto. Hey brat. Why weren't you at the training ground on time? Anko yelled, drawing a slight glare from the professor. That is exactly why you are here, Anko, Sarutobi said in a slightly cold voice. Anko raised an eyebrow in confusion. Huh? What are you talking about, geezer? Anko asked, drawing a light chuckle from the blonde in the corner. Sarutobi placed Anko into a piercing glare. Tell me, Anko, why is it that when you ask for a student, said student that saved you from a curse you've carried for years, and separates you from your sensei, you show up over 14 hours late for a meeting you assigned? Sarutobi asked with rage, lacing each of his words. Anko flinched slightly at that. Well, you see, I never planned on turning up late, but one thing led to another, and Anko tried explaining, drawing a dark glare from Sarutobi. So what you are saying is that you made a ninja in training wait for you for 14 hours, as you relished in the freedom he worked 2 weeks straight for? Is that what you are trying to tell me, Mitarashi? Anko, Sarutobi yelled, and stood from the seat behind his desk. Anko looked at the floor, as she saw the rage and disappointment showing in the old Hokage's eyes. Yes sir, that's what I'm saying, Anko said, slightly defeated. Sarutobi glared at her and frowned. Madarashi Anko, from here on out you are relieved of being a sensei, as you have proven you aren't ready for the responsibility, Sarutobi said in a very businesslike voice. Anko's head shot up, and her eyes went wide. No, give me another chance, Anko pleaded, hoping to see pride in the eyes of the only person who ever believed in her. Sarutobi sighed, and seated himself. I'm sorry Anko, however you have shown me that you are at a crucial point in your life right now, and I think that teaching would only harm both you and your pupil, Sarutobi explained, gaining a hurt look from Anko. No sir, please, I'm asking you for another chance, please. I made a mistake, and got caught up in being liked, and I hate myself for it, but please let me teach him, and at least try, and repay him for what he's done for me, Anko pleaded, drawing a raised eyebrow from the blonde in the corner. You owe me nothing, Madarashi-san, so there is nothing to repay, Naruto said in his typical bored voice. Anko looked over towards the blonde. Naruto, please give me another chance to be your sensei. Please just give me one more chance, Anko pleaded with the blonde. Naruto took in her appearance, and sneered. I don't know who the hell you are, but you are not the person I call sensei, Naruto said with disgust. Anko went wide-eyed at those words. So not even Naruto will give me another chance, Anko thought to herself, drawing a snort from the back of her mind. I see why. What the hell are you doing? Sitting here sniveling, and asking for permission, you are making both of us look like shit. What happened to that kunoichi that I was forced into? The one that knew how to kill someone with her thumb? The one that didn't take shit from anyone? No wonder he says you aren't his sensei, the voice said, making Anko's eyes go wide-eyed. Looking over towards the blonde on the couch, Anko glared. Sauntering up to him, Anko reached down, and pulled the blonde up by the scruff of his shirt. Looking at the blonde in the eyes, Anko glared. Now you listen here, you little brat. I don't care how powerful you think you are, until you can beat me I am Anko-sensei or Anko-sama to you. Do I make myself clear, brat? Anko yelled in the blonde's face. Naruto smiled, as he saw the snake charmer's face. I understand, Anko-sensei, Naruto said, drawing a light smile from the serpentine woman. Good boy, Anko said, showing her sharpened teeth and malicious smile. The end. Thanks for watching my video, and make sure to check out the author of this fanfic. Link is in the description. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.